Howdy, folks. Welcome to part two of the Holler Savior of Hollow Oak actual play. We'll get started here in about 10 minutes. But until then, we'll let people get into the chat and start getting the notifications that we're live. Man, this Kickstarter has been fantastic. You guys have already opened up all the stretch goals except one. The last stretch goal that we've announced is a real doozy. We just unlocked the scene setters. Those are pretty special. It's an idea Shane's had for some decades now. And they're real neat ways of just having some immersion in games. They're handouts for the table. They're put on a little thicker kind of card stock that allow you to have art and description so you can kind of show people what the settings are. So we've expanded the kind of maps we're giving you. So not only are we going to have tactical battle maps, which we just got a preview of one of those tonight. Right before the end, I'll pop back on and give you a preview of what the battle map looks like. And we've got like a gouging circle and a speakeasy for that. And then we've also kind of doing the town maps, which are a little more pulled back and a little isometric, so you can get a good idea of the layout of the town, what the town looks like, and not just be strictly top down. And so both of those are great for your table. And then these scene setters are pretty neat because they are a way of just giving a sense of place, of tone, of time period to your players at the table. So we're excited about those as well. And then, of course, the big one coming up. So right now we're at like 538 backers. Amazing turnout. Thank you guys so much for that. Over $60,000 raised. Way past our goal, which is great. And because you guys came out so hard and so strong on this campaign to support Holler and make it one of the new lines at Pinnacle, we're going to do a limited edition cover. So you can see in the little miniature up here, over there. Let me see if I can pop a nice little picture of it on top of everything. But there we go. Magic. You can almost reach out and touch it. So this limited edition leatherette cover, so this is just an art mock-up. Because you guys came out so strong for this, we really wanted to do that for this line. It'd be fantastic. Just kind of a collector's item. And the nice thing about this is that everybody who goes in on the boss of the Holler level, it's the top level, gets one of these for free with their pledge. So not only are you going to take home the regular hardcover with the gorgeous art on the front, you will get one of these in addition for free. So Boss of the Holler folks will have one to keep and one to use. And Tim Early, the creator of Holler, will sign all of these. He's in chat tonight, along with Tracy and hopefully some of our other cast members. So we're excited about that. It doesn't exist yet. It's just ethereal. It's just right there. You can almost reach out and touch it. But we really like the fact that you guys showed the love for this line and that we're able to do this. So, well, I speak too soon. If we get to the next stretch goal. So we're currently at 60,809. We need to get to 70,000 before the campaign ends. There's just under 2 weeks. There's 13 days left. And between now and then, if you guys, and it's sitting on the fence, there's tonight's actual play is going to be episode 2, the finale. And Tracy's going to explain what's going on at the beginning. So if you're worried about catching up, Tracy does a good job of explaining where they are at the start. So you don't have to worry about catching episode 1 right now. But you can go back and catch episode 1 on our YouTube on demand. Our Holler playlist has actually got the episode 1. It'll soon have episode 2 after tonight. And then from almost a year ago at last Halloween, we've got the Bad Mountain Tunnel adventure run by Tim himself. And so you can kind of compare and contrast how far Holler's come in that extra year of development. So if you want to see it at Play the Table tonight, and our archives are at your disposal. And then we've got Halloween coming up. So next weekend, Halloween weekend, which we have renamed Halloween weekend, we are going to reprise our very successful Halloween convention. It's an online virtual convention. I think there's over 40 games, and most of them are sold out. So if you guys want to come in and play with us, Game Masters, you can still submit games. Players, there's only a handful of games with tickets left, but we do invite you to come and play for Halloween. That's on Tabletop Events, and there'll be a link up here pretty soon on the video. But other than that, guys, the cover special, it looks great. Hope you guys all unlock it. And then probably right about a half an hour before the end of the show tonight, this will be like a 3-hour show. I'll pop it back in and give you guys an exclusive look at the one of the battle maps that we're going to do for this, which will be the gouging circle and the speakeasy. So, so stay for that. You'll get the special exclusive look. But other than that, we really want the special cover. So work for it, guys. Tell your friends, help us advertise. This is a unique property. Yes, John Doom, Halloween 2, the Halloweening. We're back. So yeah, definitely catch us for Halloween. But yeah, share Holler with your friends. This is hey, how's it going, Lone Jedi? The cheers for being a subscriber. We got 1,000 subscribers on our Twitch channel. So we just passed that milestone, and we want to pass the milestone of getting to 70,000 on the campaign, so we can give away a lot of these free limited edition leatherette covers. So Tracy's in chat. How's it going, Tracy? So guys, yeah, so share with your friends, let them know this is a unique, there's really not a whole lot like it in the RPG sphere. We know we were hitting the Savages pretty hard, but I'm trying to reach out of our Savage Worlds traditional kind of streams is always tough for a company of our size and for anybody. So the Kickstarter it is going great. But we can get to that 70, and the faster we get to that 70, maybe we'll convince Shane and crew and Tim to do a little bit more. Maybe we'll have one other stretch goal. Who knows? But that leatherette limited edition, I think we want it. Daryl's in chat as well. So yeah, help us out, share it with your friends, let folks know it's out there. And other than that, I'll get out of your way here soon. We only got 4 minutes before we'll actually get to the good meat of the episode. But when there's a half an hour left, I'll pop back on. Probably interrupt Tracy mid-roll, and a good suspenseful moment, and let you guys see a early view of the battle map, which is the speakeasy and the gouging circle. So the music's playing, guys, which means I need to get out of here and let you guys enjoy. So let's say goodbye to the lovely color. Hopefully it'll get us to 70,000, and you guys can all have one if you're the boss at Holler level. And other than that, a few more minutes, and we'll get started. Cheers, folks.
Guitar, write songs, never taught me what was right, never taught me what was wrong. And what Vanessa taught me, she left me behind. Is that you never want to cross Union's picket line? No, which side are you on, boy? Which side are you on? Which side are you on, boy? Which side are you on? Which side are you on, boy? Which side are you on? Oh, my father took me to the mine where the workers were on strike. The company had brought in scabs to break unions fight. Please ask my father to please step aside and prove his fists, and every rock around me heard fine. Oh, which side are you on, boy? Which side are you on? Which side are you on, boy? Which side are you on? Which side are you on, boy? Which side are you on? Killing 20 in their sleep. Soldiers following orders, miners fighting for their rights. Now the soldiers didn't know those miners had more than shovels and knives. Which side are you on, boy? Which side are you on? Which side are you on, boy? Which side are you on? Which side are you on, boy? Which side are you on? Which side are you on, boy? Which side are you on? Which side are you on, boy? Which side are you on?
I think that worked out just fine. All right, cool.
It's great.
What's next?
Might have to adjust the mic on the get though.
Those are too many.
Welcome everybody. Last session, this is the Savior of the Savior of Hollow Oak, the adventure that I wrote for Holler. The writer of Holler is to my left. That's Percy Ray Bunch, Tim Early. The childhood friend of mine who I grew up with and has corrupted me almost completely is Daryl Hayhurst playing
Nepotism rules, y'all.
Exactly. Ron, my good friend and podcasting partner, is playing Zilla Rude below and to my left, and my better half, Boof, is playing Annie Pickens, the granny woman architect.
Woot!
Woot! So last session, I'm sorry, we ended up going to Hollow Oak because they had some mysterious happenings going on over there. They had somehow managed to remove the blight from their town. LMA Hawkins, the person who's trying to sort of build a coalition against the big boys and using you as a tool to do it, sent you out here to find out what's going on, and warned you that other parties might be looking to find out what's going on as well, because it's a pretty unique and crazy thing to be able to get rid of the blight. And you did. And so you came and you discovered Reverend Jebediah Taylor, who was sort of taken over the town as the preacher of the town and the self-proclaimed savior of Hollow Oak, the person who is actually actively getting rid of the blight here. And he had a long, involved sermon that explained that the church needs help. The church needs assistance in doing this, and has asked for donations of scrip, of cash money, of any kind of heirloom trinkets you might have that might be worth something. And it is clear to you that he is trying to fleece the town of money. Like that, I think we've got pretty well established. However, there are wrinkles in that. in addition to Percy Ray Bunch being encountering and capturing a pixie, a fairy pixie, which is very difficult to do. The fairy pixie got away, but it's clear that there is pixies around, and you also know that in rifling through Reverend Taylor's office, you found several things. One is some script and some stuff that he's obviously been hoarding that Jubilee has then taken away and buried somewhere.
As you do.
And then
Nothing
after
could
that,
go wrong with that.
yeah, you also found a note, a mysterious note that sort of has the tinge of evil on it that you kind of have discovered. And that note said, you only have a month. Remember, you only have a month. Make 'em pay. And it's signed Lenny, I think. Lenny or Leroy?
I think Lenny.
It was signed Leroy.
Signed to L.
Yeah,
Dun,
well,
dun, dun.
that's fair. So you found that note, Annie Pickens, and between Zilla and Annie Pickens, you kind of figured out that there's a tinge of evil on this note. And not only that, there's sort of a tinge of evil on Reverend Taylor himself. And it seems like there might be something about him that is not really his fault. It's hard to say exactly. Anyway, you had a holler in the last night, and it was sort of a joyous occasion in the dusk and sundown, and after night fell. Zilla Rude came out with the most distinctive holler, and everybody sort of copied her holler, and it was a speaking in tongues kind of thing. So it was kind of, for some
Because
people.
I was robbed and the town has no taste. That's fine.
Sure. But yeah, and then you did various things in the night, including into the livery and try to sabotage Reverend Taylor's new wagon that he bought. That
Which you
did
just
not
specified, made it so
quite
much
go
better.
as well as you
Sabotage
planned.
with a capital S.
Yes. And you basically got put up for the night, if you wanted to, by some of the Holler residents. Annie, did you sleep in the forest? You slept out with...
Did. Slept
with
out
Sally?
with Sally. Sally
Sally
Ruth
Ruth.
Marshfield.
And Sally Ruth was a very exuberant, very excited young woman. She's about 13 years old. She's very excited for the town to be coming back to itself, and people coming back and farming again, and people being happy. She's very excited about that. But there's something that's bothering her, and she sort of confided in Annie Pickens and has arranged for Annie to meet her in the morning so that she can show her something. Zilla, did you spend the night with Holler residents?
You're mute.
You're muted.
You are super muted, Zilla.
You're so pretty, Ron.
Catchphrase of the 20s already. Yeah, I would have accepted any lodging that would have been offered to me. I think Zilla is interested in ingratiating herself with the townspeople, and so if anybody offered, she would have stayed.
Well, certainly they did, and the people who did offer are very, very exuberant about Reverend Taylor. They believe that Reverend Taylor is the real deal, and oh my gosh, how he saved our town.
And I will, like I did last week, Zilla is going to find small ways to undermine that, kind of low key, without necessarily, saying he's a bad man. I'm gonna do the whole just asking questions thing.
I see. I see. So
whenever the opportunity arises.
Sure. What kind of questions do you ask?
Well, no, like if somebody says, he needs all the money, and I'm like, I got to ask what does God need money for?
Sure,
that kind of stuff.
Excellent.
Just asking the questions that a believer might ask if they weren't 100% onto or in with whatever was being preached to them.
So you're the Columbo of the Holler.
Super innocent. Yeah, super innocent questions.
Okay.
I just got one more question.
Just Jubilee, what are you doing for the night?
Well, I figure part of our night got screwed up with our shenanigans with Percy Ray.
Mm-hmm.
But, if it's not too late to get a bed somewhere, absolutely. But I'm going to assume we don't have time. I'm not going to stay up late drinking and singing and all that. It's like, well, no, we got stuff to do the next day. And we know the next day is going to be pretty busy. So,
okay.
Just find a place.
Percy can come and join me on my moss area if you'd like to. If he needs to nestle in for a little bit, that's just fine. He can join me and Sally.
Well,
Jubilee's on his own.
I also had that's fine. Usually it is. I also had a thought about your jar, Percy Ray. You said you had a pixie in it, and then it disappeared. Have you opened the jar since that happened?
I haven't. There might be some pixie dust in there.
Well, that
Maybe.
pixie might still be in there, Percy Ray. Just
Invisible? Oh, I didn't know they could do that.
I didn't either, but pixies.
I wonder if they can.
I wonder if they can. Have any of the bugs gone missing?
Has there been any of the bugs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Percy put some bugs in there to make sure that the pixie had something to eat.
Yeah, I had some doodle bugs in there.
Yeah.
Some people call them roly polies.
If they the roly polies actually were not in there when you discovered the fairy missing. And if you do open it, we'll save you some time. She's not in there.
Oh. Well, but you've got Schrodinger's pixie until you do open it, so
That's
leave
true.
that jar closed as long as possible.
That's true. Percy Ray, where are you sleeping for the night?
I'm gonna climb up in a tree right above where Annie and Sally Ruth are sleeping and keep lookout for them. And I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled to see if I see any more Fae, because the way that little thing was looking inside the church, it was the same way I was looking in the church. We there spying, maybe the Fae are there spying too. So I'm gonna see if there's any more Fae crawling around.
Okay. So are you trying to stay awake for the whole night?
Oh yeah. Okay. I got oodles of energy.
Okay.
That's no problem.
Well, roll vigor.
Oh, I don't have much of that. Oh, but I aced on it.
Okay.
An 11.
Apparently do.
Yep. I'm feeling pretty good. Excited.
You got an 11, huh?
I sure did.
All right. So during the night, say, I don't know, sometime middle, late, early a.m., 2 a.m. in the morning or something like that, you do catch a little glimpse of something flickering out there. Do you react?
Oh yeah, I'm shimmying down the tree and running off after it again. I caught one. I don't see what I can catch another.
Okay. So Percy Ray shimmies down and then plops down next to your camp, Annie, and dust sort of comes up in your face, and Percy's run off. Mm-hmm. And Percy, go ahead and make an athletics roll.
All right.
Do I need to do a defensive roll at this point?
No, you're fine. You just woke up a little.
Got a 5, a success.
Okay. So you do find her. She is flitting around out there, and she's sort of like, what are you doing up? You're not supposed to be up. You humans are supposed to sleep at night. You're supposed to sleep at night. And so she's like around you, but out of your reach.
Lord, that's irritating. I'll giggle right back at it. Well, you ain't supposed to be up here in the soot stones. You're supposed to be down in Fayfall.
You tried to put me in a jar. I'm going to put you in a jar.
Well, I try to catch her. I doubt it'll work. And I'm asking her why she's there. Like if she's saying I'm out of place, I'm saying you're way more out of place.
Right. So she keeps too far away from you, and she's too fast for you to be able to really get a good beat on her. But when you do start having that conversation, she's sort of taunting you, and she's engaging with you, right? It's a little weird because it's a pixie, but at the same time, she's like, "What are you doing here? You're new here. What are you doing here?"
Well, I'm just honest with her. I say we come up here to see why the black fog cleared away and why these people are breathing free and easy. And then we saw this preacher trying to soak the town. He's like a flim flam artist of everything they got. And so we just trying to figure out what's going on, see if we can help out, or if they found a way to clear the blight, maybe we can clear it too. I don't want to be breathing that stinky air no more than you do.
And she stops when you mention the preacher. She's the preacher being a flim flam man. She says, "Exactly. He's a flim flam man. He's not got anything to do with this. I just know he doesn't. But I can't find the cause. I can't find how it is. I can't find how they're doing it."
Now's your chance,
you
Percy.
find out
She
they're
stopped Jar.
I mean,
Hey, you stay away from me. You stay away from me, that jar. I got friends, I got friends.
are your friends around here?
Maybe.
Are they close by? And I'm looking around like anybody with pointy ears or
Roll notice.
glitters or.
Notice -2.
All right. That's not a success. I'll spend a Benny at this.
All right.
You got a 4?
Okay, so you do there. It's out there. It's dark. It's quiet. You're sort of in the woods outside of the town, but you do notice that there are signs that there are these little, maybe 4 foot tall figures out at the tree line, just a ways
Shadow.
away from you.
All right.
And they're just watching silently. And the pixie sort of gives it away. She's like, "My friends are out there. They're out there. They're watching you. You better not try to jar me again."
Well, I won't if you just why are y'all up here? It's strange for y'all to be up here. Like, can I give you something? Pixie's supposed to trick some folks out of their shoes or their belt or
I
their
was
hat.
trying to do that. Hey, you just shush. I was trying to do that. You just wouldn't go to sleep. I was going to tie your shoes together. Because that's the first part of revenge, for Jar and me.
Well, if I let you tie my shoes together, will you tell me what you're doing up here? It's a trade. We can trade it out like that. I'll even
Boring.
trip over.
That's boring. But I'm going to get back at you. What we're doing here is I'm trying to find the cause of this blight thing, and I think I know what it is. I think they have a scrummy. I think they stole a scrummy from the Fey Fall, and the Fey Queen's not happy about it. Not at all. Not happy.
What's a scrummy? I ain't never heard of a scrummy before.
Well, scrummies eat blight.
Oh, it's like they swallow it up.
They eat it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there shouldn't be here. Nothing should be here. They stole it. Whatever they did, they stole it. But I can't find it. Have you been able to find it?
I ain't seen no scrummy. I mean, can you keep one as a pet? You think they make a good pet? I need a pet, something awful. I mean, I was hoping you'd be my pet, but I don't think it's going to work out. You seem a little like you might have too much free will or something.
Yeah, you can't be. I can't be your pet. I'm not anybody's pet. Do you hear that,
Okay.
Tildor? This little kid thinks I can be his pet. I'm not going to be his pet.
Can you just tell me real quick, and then I'll leave you alone because I'm starting to get the willies out here with these shadows watching me and you flitting around my head.
What do you mean? You worried?
It's just a little it's a little uncomfortable for me. I don't know how it is for you if it's a little uncomfortable for me. What does a scrummy look like?
Oh, they get bigger, but they start out real small, like a little bigger, well, bigger than me, obviously, but small. And then they go real big because they eat blight, and then they chew it all up, and they get bigger. They get bigger, and then they eventually blow up, and all the blight's gone. So
like a balloon, you're saying?
Like a balloon.
Well, that's interesting. When I was little, my daddy, before he turned into a bear, he used to blow up a pig's bladder for us to play with. And I'd pop it sometimes. It sounds a lot like that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. You see a scrummy.
Okay.
I'm going to come back.
If I see a scrummy, maybe I come and tell you. You see a scrummy, you come and tell me. There's a deal. There's a trade.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to follow. Your other people out there, they don't know anything. They can't see anything, but I'm going to follow you. Is that all right?
Yeah.
My name's
Yeah.
Polly, by the way.
Well, I'm Percy Ray Bunch.
Okay. All right. Bye. And then she flits off.
All right. Well, I fled on back, and I wake Annie up, and I'm real excited. I'm sorry, and I'm going to disturb your sleep. I'm real excited, and I tell her about this exchange and this whole story. Me talking to the pixie, and there's these other fellas out there in the shadows, sort of looking at us. And one of them had a real funny, like 4-syllable name that I can't remember. It sounded like a king in a storybook, Tilvanus or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that is just awesome. I think that's amazing. And you said she's going to come back and she's following you around?
Yeah, and she told me that she thinks it's a scrummy that's eating up all the blight. She said it's sort of like a puff fish. Just eat up all the blight and grows and grows and grows and gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it explodes.
Well, if it's eating this much blight, shouldn't it be pretty big?
I imagine it'd be right fair size at this point.
Yeah.
You don't want it to pop, I don't think.
No. I mean, imagine. I mean, I wouldn't want it to pop because it's eating the blight. Keep it going. Right? I mean, that makes sense. I believe everything Percy has told me.
Okay. So, unless there's anything else you guys want to do that night, morning comes. Percy is probably, anxious and up and nervous
Twitchy.
and all that stuff. Twitchy, exactly. But morning comes. Sally is going to meet you at a sort of a designated place outside of town in the woods, Annie. And I would like to know what kind of the rest of you are doing.
Were we invited to that meeting? I thought we were, but if not, then
Yeah.
Annie?
Were we? For sure. I mean, Sally kind of likes me, right? I mean, she was excited.
Confiding in you. Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know if you told her about any of your friends, or you could tell her about your friends if you try to bring them along. It's up to you.
that's true. Like I could be, I couldn't remember. I thought we were doing that, but if we're not, then
Daryl likes to steal focus. It's all right. D-Money.
fine. No, you just do your own thing, and I'll sleep in late. It's cool.
Yeah, you'll get your beauty rest. Very important. Yeah, I think I go with her because she and I have been one-on-one in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna go with Sally.
Mm-hmm.
Jubilee, are you just sleeping in?
Yeah,
Excellent.
apparently, yeah.
Zilla, what about you?
I think Zilla wants to just continue kind of ingratiating herself with townspeople. So what kinds of activities are going on in the morning?
Mostly everybody's kind of getting back to work. So, you got the people going back to their farms, and everybody's just sort of doing their stuff.
Okay.
Or, selling stuff, or you got milk girls out there. Usually Sally's one of those milk girls, but she's kind of missing this morning.
Got it. All right.
However, as you sort of wander around, you'll certainly see some stuff, and we'll get to you in a second.
Okay.
And then Percy Ray. Do you want to try to go with Zilla, or are you going to do something else?
I'm going to go wake up Jubilee and tell him about the pixie I saw.
Okay.
I'm going to try to get
in
him
the jar then. Gotcha.
Yeah. I'm going to try to get him to go out to the cave, he was talking about a meeting. I don't know if I saw that exchange where Jubilee got shot down real bad, but I might go try to make it feel better.
Everyone's heard about it by now.
I figured everybody's heard about it. So
what's this about a cave? What?
That little girl says she's showing Annie something. They're going out into the woods together. She's going to show her some secret she's been hiding from the rest of the town. So I don't know if it's safe. I've seen these fellas in the shadows. That pixie came back and talked to me. I don't know if them woods are safe for, Annie's getting up in years a little bit, and
There's an elf,
Sally Ruth.
fairies around. They're the worst. Ugh.
I mean, maybe that's what there was. I didn't get a good look at them, but if they're pixies.
Polly shows up. Like, hi, Percy Ray. I forgot to mention something yesterday. We were all excited about doing stuff and, blah, 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 blah. However, what I remember to say was that preacher's a flim-flam man. He's a flim-flam man. He's not doing this. And you know what else? There's something wrong with him. Something wrong.
Well, yeah.
Something wrong with him.
What wrong in what way?
Well, let me see.
Because people can be wrong in lots of ways. I've seen lots of wrong.
I've got an extensive list.
Yeah. Well, there's a stink about him. There's a stink. But
he smells.
But you know what, Percy Ray? There's a stink about him, like an evil stink. But there's something sweet underneath. Something sweet.
Oh, so you saying he has an infernal stench, like a sulfurous stench, but underneath it's like some little splash cologne you might put on your face after you shave with your razor.
I don't know anything about that stuff.
Okay.
Percy Ray, can you look over there?
I do. I look in the direction.
Okay, hold on.
Over where?
Okay. Jubilee, you see her flit down to Percy Ray's shoes in almost an instant. She comes right back up and says, "Okay, I'm all done. Okay, bye, Percy Ray."
Bye, Polly.
And then she
I'm
winks
just gonna
at Jubilee.
be drinking my morning coffee
She winks at you, Jubilee, as she leaves.
And I'm just like, "Come on, Jubilee, let's go." And I start, and I guess I just fall.
You start and you fall straight on your face. And then you hear the little giggle. There. Yeah, a little giggle later on. She says, I got you. I'm going to put you in a jar after all.
I mean, what better life is there than being in a pixie's jar? I mean, it's got to be good, doesn't it?
So that is, you're telling Jubilee about your pixie encounter, and now you've had one.
Yeah, he can finally believe something that I say. He saw real evidence. I don't know.
Disbelieve. I've seen the fair folk before, and they're the worst, as demonstrated. You say there's a forest full of those, and they're going to be chasing Annie into a cave. So yeah, we should probably, I don't know, reconnoiter that situation, I guess.
So you guys are getting ready to do that. Zilla, you're wandering around the town, sort of getting the feel for things and how things are going. And when you are doing that, you actually encounter I won't say it's a ruckus. I'll say it's a happening. Something is happening.
Could you describe the ruckus?
Small crowd of people. A few people. But with those people is this woman that you may have seen with Jubilee last night. She's sort of elegant looking, and she's got that calm, nothing can touch me demeanor about her, and she's sort of flanked by a couple of pretty rough and tough kind of guys.
Now, Jubilee had told us last week about who she is, so I'm aware of who this is. I'm going to get close and find out what's going on.
So as you approach the ruckus, you get a sense that there's people around who are unhappy with what's going on here, and the woman is trying to sort of keep things a little bit calm, but she's just asking questions. She's just like, "I'm sorry, but how is it that you're able to get rid of the blight?" And the guy she's asking is like, "I told you, woman, the reverend, the preacher, he brought all the stuff. He did all the stuff. He promised he was going to get rid of the blight, and he did it." And she's like, "I'm sorry, but I just don't believe you, sir. There must be something else you're not telling me." And other people around are getting a little bit like, "You can't come in here and harass us like this." It's starting to get belligerent, and there's the townspeople around are starting to get angry. The obviously probably Kramer Holt agents around her are starting to get protective of her and defensive.
At
and
this
things are
point,
getting-
Zilla wades in, and she's going to give a speech about how, she wades in and she says, now, folks, we all need to just calm down. We have here a non-believer, and obviously y'all are believers. And as believers, y'all know that you need to provide some of your personal patience when dealing with a non-believer. She just doesn't understand. And you, miss, as a non-believer, you should understand that if the only evidence we have is what the Reverend is doing, then maybe there is some more look-see to do, but it's not like these folks here are going to know because they told you what they believe. Nothing's going to change here.
Listen,
Not with this conversation.
you're a very nice woman, I see, but I'm afraid that this is really none of your business.
Oh,
I'm just asking questions. And
Oh,
then
it-
people around are actually like, these people are the big boys. We don't want any of the big boys in this town. We kicked the big boys out years ago. We don't want anybody here. You guys just get on out of here. You get on out. And they're starting
Okay,
to get
now.
even more belligerent.
she raises her hand, and she's going to throw out some quotes about the Sermon on the Mount and loving your neighbor, and trust in the Lord, and all those types of things. And she's going full on sermon. And when the big boy representative, if she tries to interrupt her, she literally just puts a finger over her lips while she's talking. And she says, I'm speaking now. You can wait your turn, young lady.
Okay.
And
So,
if anybody approaches her, if any of these big boy thugs approach her, then the copperhead's going to reel up a little bit.
Okay. So you guys, Percy and Jubilee, you hear this ruckus. It's going on. So as you're starting to sort of get ready to go pursue Sally and Annie and stuff, this is happening, and Zilla's over there, and things are starting to come to a head. So as you put your finger on Gertrude's mouth to shush her, Kramer Holt agents are having none of that.
Yeah, I was like, I did mention the Kramer Holt agents.
So they were probably going to go on cards.
What did you do while I went into the woods?
Goodness.
No peace in our times.
So we have a couple of Kramer Holt agents that are close by, which is probably good for you. And Jubilee and Percy are available if they want to be. Zilla is here. Annie is off with Sally, who we're going to sort of cover that later. And this will be... let's do a quick encounter instead. So let's do a dangerous quick encounter. And you guys tell me what you're doing, because you're going to be able to stifle this. If you succeed at the quick encounter, you'll be able to put an end to it without too much violence happening. If you fail, it's not going to be so pretty. And if you get, say, you got 3 of you, so let's say if you get like 6 tokens instead of 3, you're going to be able to actually get a hold of Gertrude as well. So, it's up to you. So, how, Zilla, are you going to deal with this particular violent problem?
When these thugs start to approach us, Zilla's going to start by throwing up a barrier so they can't touch her.
Okay.
And of course, that is in the form of her speaking in tongues, which is also designed to remind the townsfolk of my hollering from the previous night. And she does it at the same time, and she's looking to bolster them at the same time and kind of throw up the barrier. So when they walk toward me, they're not going to get hurt, but they're going to walk into that barrier and kind of bounce off. That's my goal.
Awesome. Roll faith and take a Benny for your little bolstering with your speaking in tongues thing.
Thank you.
Um,
I'm going to use that Benny I just got. Thank you.
Okay.
And one more for good measure. Oh, that's good. That is a 10.
10. Okay, so 2 successes for Ron. Percy Ray, what are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna cut around and like hide right around the corner of a building, and I'm gonna get my cap gun out, which is my toy gun. It just makes a noise like a gun, but it ain't got no bullets or nothing. And it go pat 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 like that. And so I'm gonna lean around and I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna call out in a voice. I'm gonna try to make my voice like an old man's voice. I said, "This ain't no company town. You big boys ain't got no jurisdiction here." And I'm gonna go pow, pow, pow like that and try to make them think they're being fired on. And then like throw over a barrel, like make a commotion, and then just cut off into the woods and hope they chase me. I'm just gonna let them see me pop out, pap, pap, and then I'm just gonna cut.
Wow.
I think Percy's my spirit animal.
I'll
let you. Might be the best character I've ever seen.
Well, I know. This is why we wanted Percy. I'm torn, Percy. Go ahead. You can. I want to make you roll performance, but I'm not going to make you roll performance.
Okay.
Let's do either persuasion or athletics. It's up to you.
Can we do a taunt since I'm like?
Ooh, a taunt.
Hey,
yes, absolutely, a taunt.
That is a taunt. Yeah.
Oh, I aced on it. Let's see. 8. Got
All
a
right. Well, so far, so good. So 4 successes so far. You got Percy taunting, and boy, that works. That really gets him going. So one of the Kramer Holt agents goes straight after you. Not only does he go straight after you because you got your raise on the taunt, he's actually firing his Tommy Deadman at you. Jubilee, go ahead.
About that, because I actually assumed he was going to do something exactly like that.
Yep.
What I want to be doing is I want to like kind of slide up through the crowd, and I want to try and and take their guns, or if they've got a Tommy Deadman out, like pull the drum out or something, so they're not going to just shoot poor Percy Ray.
Okay.
When gunfire goes crackling off, they're like returning fire. They'll get a click instead. Like that's what I'd like to do.
So how about stealth? How does that grab you?
Stealth is fine. That seems appropriate. Ooh!
Okay.
15.
I think it went well, Percy.
15.
Nice.
Okay.
I was totally expecting the fumble on that one.
All right, so he pulls his Tommy Deadman to try to fire at you, Percy, as you're sort of skittering away out towards.
I'm zigzagging.
Yeah, zigzagging.
Serpentine.
And he's like, "What the?" So it was obvious he had his Tommy Deadman trained on you, but it doesn't work. It just clicks, and the magazine is gone, or the cylinder's gone, and he's still sort of after you. That said, the rest of the people in this ruckus sort of take control of Gertrude, because you have your successes that you need to get Gertrude in your clutches, and you're able to sort of get things calmed down with her under your control. So it's up to you what you want to do, but we're going to skip over to Annie Pickens and what's going on with her and Sally. So Annie, Sally meets you.
Yes.
And she's obviously, I mean, she's still the same old Sally, but she's sort of kicking rocks and sort of a little bit down this morning, and she's like, "I'm not sure I should show you this."
Why not?
Are you going to be, you're just another adult. And you do adult things, and a lot of adults, they think that they know best, and when they think they know best, they take things away.
I understand that, but I am a different type of adult. And I believe that kids have power, and I'm not going to take that power away from you. So I respect you, Sally Ruth.
Okay. Roll persuasion.
I have that. It's always a surprise when I have something. I got a 5.
Okay.
Should I Benny that?
Nope. She's like, all right, follow me then. And so she glides you through the woods, not too far out, but toward sort of mountainside or hillside kind of thing, and hidden away in some brush and some hardwood tree kind of stuff is a little cave. And she says, okay, come on, and you have to duck inside to get in, with your
Walking stick.
walking stick and all that. Go ahead and roll athletics, but you have a minus because you're elderly.
I am elderly.
I believe it's a -1.
I have athletics of 4, so
Yay.
I'm going to
minus
Benny
1.
that. I'm going to Benny that.
Oh wow!
Just going to keep Benny in this until I get my ass in that cave.
Defeated by
Oh
a
yes,
cave.
there it went. I got 11.
Okay, so you have no problem getting into the cave, and you avoid you deftly, for your age, avoid a little like crevice in the floor where you would have gotten your foot stuck and maybe even twisted your ankle or something. And Sally Ruth doesn't even think to warn you about this. It's just like, whatever, it's just a cave.
You might have fallen and you couldn't get up.
Right.
Exactly.
Wow.
And she's like, okay, it's okay, Smoke Puff, it's okay. And when you're in there with her, and there's light streaming, there's light, sunlight, beautiful, gorgeous sunlight, clear as day outside, streaming in from the mouth of the cave, and in the darkness there, you see this flapping wings that is holding up a very, very bloated, sort of very, very swaggy kind of body that seems to be filled with something. Like it is filled to the brim. But more than that, you see this little human face, very small. It's a miniature human face on him. And he's got this look of apprehension on his face. And Sally's like, it's okay, it's okay. She's here to help. She's here to help us. And it sort of tries to, it jumps and flies over and flops down and, and then when it does that, it actually sort of belches. And when it does, blight comes out. So it just sort of fills the cave and then disperses pretty quickly. And then it sort of, gets this smirk on its face, and Sal's like, it's okay, it's all right, he does that.
Blight gives you some, I imagine. Blight's it's a delicious thing, but I'm sure it gives you a little, it doesn't always go down right.
So Sally's like, well, this is Smoke Puff.
Hi, Smoke Puff.
Smoke Puff, this is Annie, and I'm really worried about him.
Yeah.
So I found him like about a month ago.
Uh-huh.
He was out here and he broke a wing, and he was really small then. He was really small. Like, he just had his little face and he had his little fly wings, and he'd just fly around. It was no problem at all, except that he had a broken.
Oh.
So it really hurt him. So I kind of captured him.
Right.
I got him, and then I took him into the cave, and I thought, oh, adults tend to take things away.
Yeah.
So I didn't want them to take him away. So I thought, maybe I can help him. And so I brought him here, and then I tried to help him a little, and his wing got better, and I noticed that he started eating all the blight, and it was weird because the whole town started to get better. you know.
Yeah.
And guy, he showed up, that Reverend Jebediah Taylor. He showed up at about the same time, and he said he was going to get rid of the blight. And I wonder, is this like, was Smoke Puff supposed to be his or something? But I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't think I better tell him about it. So I just let him take the credit for what was happening, and because I was just so happy that everybody else was so happy, you know.
Right.
But what
Yeah,
I'm
it's
really
nice to
worried
have
about-
happiness.
But look
Yeah.
at him though. He's
I
sick.
know.
He's so
Yeah.
sick. I don't know what's wrong, and I don't know what to do. Can you help me?
So Percy told me what happens to these. I believed everything that Percy said. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I just tell her honestly what, because, kids, you got to be honest. So I tell, Sally, Percy was hanging with a pixie last night, and she explained that he's going to keep eating blight until he explodes. I don't want that to happen to your friend. I mean, he's your friend, right? You did a really good job taking care of his wing. And I want to say Smoke Puff, I know, but Smoke Puff, thank you so much for eating all this blight. It's making the town beautiful. We really appreciate it. But Sally Ruth, now we figure out how to help your friend. Because I personally have the information that we need, but maybe we can get Percy's Pixie in here, and maybe she can help us out. Because I don't know how to, I'm going to put us, I don't know how to fix this, but we're going to get people in us out. Yeah. So we got to get, reinforcements in here pretty quick. But I believe it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay, Sally Ruth. We're going to figure this out.
Oh my gosh. I hope not. I hope it's going to be okay. We used to play games. He stopped being able to play games with me. Yeah. But, wow. Okay.
Is it all right with you if I bring my friends over and they can help us? Yeah, they're real nice people. Right, Jubilee?
And super nice.
What do you think, Smoke Puff? And Smoke Puff, there's no communication, there's no talk, there's no nothing. He's it looks like he's
just flopping
sort of like, a dog kind of. And he's just sort of snuggling up to Sally Ruth. So, he's just like looking at her like nervous because somebody new's here. And she's like, it's okay. Maybe we can get some help. It's okay. Okay. I guess bring your friends, but don't tell the rest of the town because...
Oh, no.
Gosh, it's going to be I don't even know what will happen.
Yeah, we don't need them involved. Well, my friends are good. We're good people. We're going to do everything we can to make sure that this goes as the best we can possibly get it. And Percy's got a pixie friend, so, that can't go wrong.
Wow. Okay.
Does Smoke Puff like does Smoke Puff like pixies? Do they all get along?
I don't know. I've never seen him with a pixie.
Okay. All right. Well, the pixie seems to know some stuff, so I thought maybe.
To think of it, I think I've seen some kind of flying thing follow me around, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Have they been nice to you?
They haven't. If it's a pixie, it's never been said hi to me.
Well, I think neutral's better than evil, so we'll hope for neutral.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well, aim high there.
Yeah. So back at the town, you've got Gertrude. The townspeople do, and they're like, we don't want your kind here. We don't want any big boys here. We remember the time you came here. That Jacob Marshfield. We don't want another one of those incidents happening again. So that's the kind of stuff they're talking about in town. What do you guys want to do?
Well, who's this Jacob Marshfield? What happened?
Oh, I'll tell you. And this random guy comes in. He's like, look, I don't.
Slides into frame. Let me tell you all about Jacob.
Look, we don't want any of the big boys here. We had a whole incident years back. I don't remember when. Who can remember anything anymore? But I remember that one time this guy named Jacob Marshfield, he was a real nice guy. But at the time, he had a wife. Her name was Celia. He had she was pregnant, and he was all concerned about making sure that his family was taken care of. And I guess he made a deal with the big boys. So they came and they used some crazy chemical along with salt to try to salt our farms. Luckily, we found out about it in time, because that would have been disastrous. We would have been out of luck there. And we would have really had to go to the big boys and work in their mills and all that stuff. But this Jacob fella, I mean, he was the one who started it all. We ran him right out of town, and he barely escaped with his life, actually. His wife stayed here. She's around here somewhere, but no one. She's nobody. She's nobody. Nobody cares anymore. I don't remember how. I mean, I don't remember. It was so long ago. I don't know. But anyway,
So y'all
he was. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
now y'all just ran a fella off from his child. He had an unborn child, and y'all just run him out of town.
Well, it was kind of the wife's choice. She didn't want to go with him. She felt betrayed.
Did try to destroy everyone's farms.
Exactly.
I mean, sure.
She felt betrayed, and she kind of. It's a real sad story. I don't really know the whole of it, really.
Well, if she didn't want nothing to do with him, then that's her choice.
Sad stories always make me want to tear up a little bit.
Oh, well, I'm sorry about that, sir. But, yeah, so anyway, if I see him again, if I see that Jacob again, I'm going to thump him. I'm going to thump him hard. I'm going to get him out of here, and I'm going to tar and feather him is what we'll do.
Yeah, well, if it was so long ago, and I tar and feather, and that's something. But, would you recognize him if you saw him?
Would I recognize? Oh, I would recognize him. I'd be sure as shooting recognize him.
How? What, was he got like a spotty forehead or a pig nose or?
No, he was kind of nondescript.
Handlebar mustache?
No.
kind of nondescript. So if we
Nondescript
see
young-looking
any
fella.
nondescript younger looking fellers.
Oh, I'd
could
know
be
him.
him.
I know I'd know him. I know it. And, he says that, and you feel like he might not.
Well, since Ms. Gertrude over here kind of works for them same fellers, maybe she knows him.
Well, maybe she does. What about that, woman?
Yeah, what about that, Gertrude?
And
I'll wink at her. Hey.
Gertrude is like, I'm afraid you fellas are in over your heads. I mean, I know you think you got me. I know you do. But this poor town is in much more trouble than you even realize. It's only a matter of time.
For more salting or?
Oh, no, we don't need to salt no more. But I really would like to know how you're getting rid of the blight.
Well, that's for them to know, apparently, and for you to probably never find out.
Well, now, wait a minute. So something big's coming, right? Maybe there's some kind of deal that we can make here. Not that there's a theme of making deals and having them go badly wrong, throughout all of this, but refusing dramatically to learn lessons. And no, look, maybe we can negotiate, right? I mean, these people are all stirred up and mad, and you don't want that, right? You want to find out what's going on, we want to find out what's going on, and we don't want anyone to get hurt. Maybe there's a way out of this, right? Right?
What do you propose, Lee?
A temporary alliance of some kind.
Interesting. And what is your end game?
My end game is getting out of this without getting shot up and getting these people out of it without getting shot up. Because I mean, I've seen what those Kramer Holtz guys do when there's no one, and I'll like hold up the drum and be like, when there's no one around, just kind of like thunk it on the ground or whatever.
They're
We
like-
don't want that to happen.
Sammy, Jubilee took your drum.
I found that it was lying over there.
Well, all I want is for people to join the system. You know that this can't last. This can't last, and we're offering real hope to the citizens of the Holler here. We've got real jobs that pay real money. That's all we want.
Well, if it was real hope, then you wouldn't need to wreck the farms to make it that, to make your side of the deal, right?
Oh, well, sure. I'm not looking to wreck the farms.
Aren't
You
you?
know
though?
anything? You know anything about that Jacob guy that was?
No.
There's a bit of a hesitation in your voice there, miss. I tend to notice things.
Like, yeah, and I'll just be like, look, I know that you guys have got, reinforcements coming and all that, and it's not going to go well for these people.
Oh, you are
But-
correct in that, Jubilee.
But right now, I
Right
see a
now.
lot of angry folks around, and they've got tar and they've got feathers, and
That's
you
right.
don't want that to be your fate. Just give us something so we can get you out of here without, like tar's hot. You'll lose layers of skin. You ain't never going to be as pretty again as you are now if that happens.
Roll persuasion.
Ooh. Oh. A 5, I'll take it.
Okay. She's like, all right. I knew Jacob. He was a nice guy. He really just wanted to protect his family. He worked with my father, trying to, catalyze. Let's just say catalyze the whole swaying of Hollow Oak over to the big boy side. I will say, when he came to us trying to make a deal, there was kind of a darkness to him. There was something, I don't know, kind of deliciously, I don't know, not quite as good as you thought he was.
Did you say deliciously?
She
Little
did.
bit, little bit.
Not a deal breaker. Just saying.
But I don't really know the whole story. You know what? You might want to talk to his wife.
Well, we might do that, but I think y'all should just clear on out of town before this mob descends upon you. Right? We ain't going to stop them. Y'all down a drum already.
If that's an option, I'll just leave.
Yeah, don't come back. Get out of here. We don't want your kind around here. Go.
That's what the
For about
people
my
are
thumb.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're also nervous. The people of the
Yeah,
town
yeah.
are nervous. They know there's reinforcements coming.
Yeah.
They know if they do something to her, horrible
Yeah.
things will happen to them.
Well, the nice thing is, like, when we're like, go get out of here, it's kind of like face saving for them.
Yeah.
Like it's their, her chance to go without, getting hurt, but also their chance to not have to do anything to her.
Right,
like,
right.
yeah.
Okay. Says, well, if we're done here.
We're done here. You're
We
welcome.
done.
Now get.
I'll hold them back, I'm like, no, let her go.
Like, you get out of here. We don't want your kind in here no more. You guys sort of, like have that barricade going of between the will of the people and sort of letting Gertrude and her thugs exit peacefully. And she's like, it's only a matter of time. Bye. It was really nice to meet you, Jubilee. So yeah, they sort of leave. And meanwhile, as Gertrude and her thugs are taking their exit, minus a drum for their Tommy Deadman, you guys hear from outside somewhere a woman sort of screaming, sort of yelling.
Oh, good.
And she says, Jacob! Jacob! Why'd you leave me and Sally? Why'd you leave us? And that's what you hear from outside.
Well, let's slide on over that way because it sounds like we've got another situation a brewing. Situational situation.
It was a sticky situation.
Yeah, and she yells it again. She's like, Jacob! And you can see this woman. You saw her before. She's sort of kneeling down. She's a mess. She's sort of covered in mud, and she's actually, her mouth is covered in mud, and her hands, she's shuffling it up into her hands and stuff like that. About this time, Sally and Annie are returning. Jacob, why'd you leave me and Sally? Jacob.
Is she just like yelling at empty space or
yelling at empty space?
Okay.
Well, that's kind of sad.
It is.
Looks like she's a clay eater.
Yeah. Is there any use in talking to her, y'all think, or is she out of her mind?
Well,
I'm with
she can be
Sally.
out of her mind, but we still might, learn something.
All right.
We could glean something from her.
Before we do though,
Well-
since Annie's back, we'll bring her up to speed on current affairs. What we
And
found out
return the
about
favor.
Jacob and
So,
nasty things.
exchange of information happened.
And Smoke Puff, guys. Smoke Puff's about to explode.
Maybe
Smoke
that
Puff.
would be the best for everyone, from what it sounds like.
Sally's like, no.
Percy,
Oh,
have you met
something.
Sally? I think you guys need to talk about your friends.
No,
Oh,
I
boy.
mean, we met, but I didn't. We ain't got to know each other too good yet. I wouldn't be opposed to that myself.
You knew a pixie?
Oh yeah, I knew. I know a pixie. I called a pixie. The pixie got loose. Pixie played a little trick on me. The pixie, she's kind of my pet. It's not fully. We haven't fully consummated the owner-pet relationship yet, but we getting there. We just take it slow, and I figure she'll be my pet soon. You got a pet?
So Zilla looks at you flatly,
kinda.
at you flatly, and says, "Never heard of no pet that ties your shoes together when you ain't looking."
I don't know. I think your snake might have done that once or twice.
Not to me. Wide smile.
And Jacob, why'd you leave us? And she's still sitting down, and Sally's looking at her, and she's like, oh no.
What's wrong with your mama?
Wait, that's her mama? What? I thought you were an orphan.
Well,
Sally's
isn't
daddy's the
she?
bad man.
I mean,
I
pretty
am.
much.
I am an orphan. She gave up on me. She was for a while, but now you see her. This is what she is now. I am an orphan.
She's still talking about your daddy after all these years, calling out his name.
Look, I never knew Daddy. My daddy was a bad man, okay? I know he was a bad man. I understand. I just, why are they bringing him up again? I don't get it. I didn't know him. I don't care about him. He was bad. We're happy
Really?
now. Why can't we just be happy?
It doesn't sound like your mom is so happy.
Well, yeah, but there's nothing I can do about that. What do you want me to do about it?
Nothing at all, sweetie. It's not your fault. But maybe we could help her with her ailing, that's all.
Can you? I don't know. I don't know what to do. Nobody around here seems to know what to do. She's just eating dirt all the time.
I'm going to try performing a healing on her and see if that helps.
Okay. Like the power?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I'm old. You could try a healing
She
on
is
me
sort
first.
of, when you approach her, she's chewing on dirt. She's kind of in an incoherent haze. She barely acknowledges you're there. And Sally's just like, you see? This is why I don't talk to her anymore.
All right. So when Zilla approaches her, she kneels down next to her, kind of like a catcher, not actually kneeling, but squatting. I should have said squatting to begin with. So she squats down next to her, and she says, "Now, girl, we don't need to have any of that here." And she kind of pushes the clay away real calmly, in sort of a quiet, cooing voice, and she says, "Let me see here if I can maybe help out your ailing a little bit." And she says some sweet words, and if you're looking carefully, it's daytime, it's hard to see, but if you're looking carefully, you see a little bit of a yellow glow coming from her hands as she touches her forehead.
Okay.
While she's talking and just brushing her hair back, super calm.
Roll faith.
All right. Haha. That is a 10.
10 on your faith. Okay. So first she's sort of barely coherent. She's just absorbed in what she's doing. It's a very sad thing.
Yeah.
Like it's awful, and poor Sally having to sort of like do this again with people.
Yeah.
Sally's not. She's embarrassed. She's lost about what to do, you know. And this kind of brings home Annie the fact that Smoke Puff is Sally's really only friend, right? Celia, Sally's mom, the person you're performing this on, she asks, you know, what do you want? What do you want? And you actually sort of get her out of this incoherence for a second.
When she says that, when she says, "What do you want?" she grabs her face with both hands and gives her a very tender look and says, "What I want is for you to look at what you have." And she turns her face toward her daughter and says, "Now, you see that little girl over there? She needs you more than you need that. You understand me?"
She says, I'm sorry. I'm confused.
You don't need to be sorry. You need to be better.
I'm confused. You know, I got to get Sally to bed. And she's looking straight at her.
It's daytime.
She's just a little thing. And she starts to cry. She's real sweet.
And she hugs her. She leans in and embraces her.
And as you embrace her and she's sort of crying on your shoulder, you're getting mud all over your fancy clothes.
Doesn't matter.
I don't deserve her. That's why I left. I just thought I'd let her be, you know.
You know what? Let me tell you something. We don't deserve nobody. We earn what we get. And what you need to do is give her what she deserves, because she's a child. None of this is her choice.
I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Well, you're supposed to care for her. You're supposed to feed her. You're supposed to make her feel like she's not alone, so she ain't out in the woods talking to some weird creature because she doesn't have anybody with a real voice to guide her. You're supposed to take care of her. And you know what? She's getting old enough that she can help take care of you too.
So Ron, take a Benny, and
Okay.
what you Well, you're talking to her. You're getting through to her. You're sure of it. You're sure of it. Like there's something that she's in there. She's in there, and yet
Yeah, I
something
know.
is fighting you.
Yep.
Something is fighting you, and she
Yep.
sort of goes back into this sort of incoherence and just, I don't know where Jacob is. I don't know where he is. He's been gone for a long time. He left us long before he actually left.
You don't need him.
You know what it was? It happened when he met that man. That old man. That changed everything.
What old man?
I think he called himself Lenny or Leroy. I don't know which. I don't know. This old man he found. Everything just seemed to change after that. He just went to the big boys, and then he made this deal, and everything just changed and fell apart.
All right. What you need to do is take your girl and go inside.
I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing. And you're losing her. And there's nothing you can do. And she's like, it's all, I just want to eat the dirt. It's all I want. You ever tried it? There's lots of it around. I mean, we got plenty. And then she sort of goes back into her incoherence. But you're sure there's something affecting her. There's something more than just addiction here. It's all sort of, there's something with Sally, something with her,
It's all
and
connected.
something with Reverend Taylor.
So
Lenny or Leroy.
Zilla stands, and after a split second maybe of brushing herself off, she's a mess and has all the poise that you've ever seen her have at the same time. She looks to the girl. She says, "What's your name, girl?"
Sally Ruth Marshfield.
So she walks up to Sally Ruth, and how big is Sally Ruth? Is she somebody that you'd pick up, or is she just...
She's small enough to pick up.
Come here.
Okay.
And she picks her up, and she says, "Can I hug you?"
Yeah.
So she gives her a hug. And she says, "Little one, I am so sorry that you had to see that. But we're going to find a way to fix this and get you your mama back."
She's in there. I just know she is.
She is. I just saw her with my own eyes. There's something going on here. We're going to fix it.
Okay.
But it sounds like we need to maybe meet your friend out in the woods.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So she just kisses her tenderly on the forehead and puts her down. Pats her on the shoulder. Says, "Lead the way."
Okay, so do you all want to go out there?
She eyes all of you like you're definitely coming.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So you leave Celia there. There's nothing to do. And Sally leads you to the cave. Nobody else has to make athletics rolls because nobody else is, a granny woman.
Oh, because I would have failed it.
Oh, yeah.
If it was possible to fail, I would.
But you meet Smoke Puff.
Oh
And
my god!
what you see there, so you meet Smoke Puff. He's there, and they do a little bit of like she goes up to him, and they manage to do a little like nose rub kind of thing together, a sign of affection, right? And shortly after you sort of arrive in the cave, just before you start, like, I don't know what you're gonna do, but Percy Ray, your Polly is definitely following you. She's definitely following you.
It's like a baby pig ate a full-size pig. And that doesn't end well for either pig.
So I motioned Polly in, and I was like, "Polly, come here and looky." And I show her, is that one of your kin?
I said, yeah, I knew he was here. I knew we had a scrummy. I couldn't find this cave. I tried to follow this girl a couple of times, and I kept getting confused. I couldn't find my way, and that's just really weird. Really strange. I don't know what's going on, but that's definitely a scrummy, and I gotta get. I mean, there's people outside we're gonna have to talk to.
Well, hold on a
It's got a
minute.
little face.
Now, I know
Julie's
we-
useless.
Yeah. And I want everybody just to calm down. I mean, everybody, you kind of excited. Polly, I know we just had a real emotional time with Sally Ruth and her mama, but I think I have this situation figured out.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna need.
By the way, that was in character.
I'm gonna need Polly the Pixie. Polly, I'm gonna need you to go in there and see if you can whoop that scrummy. What is it? Smoke Puff's his name, and Smoke Puff, and whichever one wins gets to be my pet. And we can lay down some.
Are you some kind of idiot?
Percy,
I mean,
now Percy, this is Sally Ruth's friend. You can't just take her friend as a pet. I would like to know if Polly has any options for us and how to help Smoke Puff out.
Okay.
Without releasing the blight.
Oh,
Looks like it's about to pop.
And she's looking like
Looks like it maybe
Polly's-
should have popped a while ago.
Polly, I mean, Percy, you've seen nothing but Polly be animated and excited and troublemaking and mischief making, all that kind of thing going on. She actually sort of calms down just a little bit and looks at Smoke Puff, and when she does, her mouth kind of opens wide and she's like, "Wow, you are a big fella, big fella." And then she sees the interaction between Smoke Puff and Sally, and her mouth opens even wider and like, what the heck is going on here? This is just super weird. I need to get Tilder. Hold on. And he's just right outside.
Oh, no.
Who's
no.
Tilder? What? Wait. Now we promised Sally Ruth. Oh, criminy.
And it's not long before outside the cave, you guys notice there's people out there.
Should
There's
we go talk to
there's
them?
Faye out there.
Should we go talk to them before they all come streaming into this cave? Or
I mean, I don't know that Jubilee's the person to go talk to them, but
I have a way with the Fae.
a kill pew
No,
pew way,
I
or
have never killed a Fae.
Mhm.
They terrify me, but
Oh.
I can communicate with them via music.
Ooh.
Actually, Smoke Puff goes ahead and, awkwardly flies his way out there. And as you kind of follow and emerge from the cave, there are a bunch of little 4 feet tall, pointy-eared, small, pretty serious looking figures. Humanoid figures. And they're all wielding bows. They all have other weapons too. They have these blades. They're very fancy. They're very cool looking. And one of them comes forward. He's kind of obviously the leader here. His armor's a little bit more fancy. And he's been obviously talking to Polly, and Polly's like, see? He's like, what have you been doing here? What have you people been doing here?
Well, it's a nuanced situation. which
To say the least, he's right. Jubilee's right. It's nuanced.
perhaps I might be able to describe in verses, which I've been mentally preparing while this has all been going on. So I'll strum my banjo a little bit,
Intriguing.
First,
Polly's
there's
like, really? Go ahead.
Well, first there's Sally, saddest thing you ever saw. No mother for an ally, and she lost her paw. There was just one friend who made her cheeks aglow. It's a nitty-bitty critter man was not meant to know. Oh, that thing's not right. It's just not right. That critter's sickly, ugly, bloated, and a fright. Though it may make our orphan cry, that thing has surely got to die. It's just not right. It's just not right.
Not right.
Wow.
Yeah, Sally's like,
that is something.
Is he saying that Smoke Puff isn't right? Annie? Is that what he's saying?
Well, yes, Jubilee is of the opinion that that's not right. But I know he is your friend, and we are going to do everything we can to keep him around and help. And your friend, we want him to stay that way.
Daryl, take a Benny.
Awesome.
And
Where's my bennies?
where are your bennies? I don't know. They're somewhere.
Tell you, being the wife of the
But
GM.
hopefully, like that does explain the nuance of how Sally figures into this, in a high level view. I say Jubilee's like, sorry, I lost it there at the end a little bit, but you just got this little face that looks at you like, kill me.
It does.
Oh.
It's kind of creepy. It is definitely kind of creepy. And Polly looks at the whole situation, listens to your song. She's looking at Tildor, who's just got this look on his face like, I don't know what these humans are doing. What do we do? And he's looking at Polly, and Polly's like, listen, little girl, you're a friend. I don't know how you made friends with a scrummy exactly. That's super weird.
Well, that's because Sally Ruth is she's a special girl.
Yeah, well, obviously she's special. But we need to take him back.
Will taking him back save him?
No.
I mean, will taking him back save him?
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Oh my God! Do you eat stupid for breakfast?
Hey, I am trying to help the little girl.
I'm talking about the
Polly.
the other one. Yeah,
I got a 4.
that's a success.
Should I Benny that?
Yeah. Taking him back will save him.
Mm-hmm.
Taking him back will save him.
So Sally Ruth, don't you got what you need to do is what's best for your friend. And I know you're going to be lonesome once your friend goes home, but don't you want him to be safe?
Yeah, but what about the town?
Well, sometimes the town's got to take care of itself.
But everybody was about to leave before Smoke Puff came, and now everybody's going to leave again.
Well, they remember the good times now, so maybe they'll be able to fight harder for it.
Sally's very sad.
I know, honey. I know. And I give her a hug.
And Polly is actually... She's just sort of more confused than anything else. She's like, I'm sorry, we have to take her back. We can't let you have a scrummy. The Fae Queen... we can't... She can't abide this kind of thing. We have to take it back.
So you going back too, Polly, is what I'm hearing. You leaving too.
Of course I'm leaving.
Does that thing even count as a scrummy anymore? I mean, look at that. That's like 5 scrummies, right?
It's like a
little
floating arm.
face. Like,
Can we... Is there a way that maybe we could talk without Sally here?
I mean, yeah. Hey, yeah. I mean...
Sally's like, no, whatever you have to say, I want to hear it. And,
Oh God.
And Sally...
That's not...
And Polly's like,
Ignore.
all right.
That's not
I
the way.
don't know how she found this scrummy. I don't know how she got a hold of it. But I'll tell you what.
it had a broken wing, she said.
Uh-oh, we're being told what now, guys? This is not good.
It's almost impossible. Outside the Faefall, there's no way. There's no way. How did she find it?
She found it about a month ago.
Same time that preacher came to town,
Yeah, that...
who got some
Flim
evil
Flam man.
about him. Flim Flam man who smells like sulfur
That's
and
what I'm
flowers.
calling him. I'm
Yep.
calling him Flim Flam.
That's a good
So
name.
Flim Flam came just after she found it.
I'm telling you, there's something wrong about him. Something wrong.
Well, there was something wrong about Sally Ruth's daddy, too.
They both in league with Lenny, whoever the hell he is.
Does anybody know who Old Scratch is?
Polly looks at you. She looks at Tildor. Take a Benny, Boof.
That's right. As I get a penny.
Wow, we just got called folks.
Yeah, right?
That's right.
I-
It's a compliment.
Polly's
from me.
like, Old Scratch?
Yeah, we heard something, or we got Old Scratch was on a note or something. Who's Old Scratch?
Well, an Old Scratch is it's a general term,
Mm-hmm.
but it's somebody evil. Somebody using infernal magic. Not the magic of the Fae, but infernal magic. And they like to mess with people in ways that, well, I like to mess with people too. I mean, Percy Ray knows that, but not like that. Not like an Old Scratch does.
Mm-hmm.
And if an Old Scratch is involved here,
Mm-hmm.
that maybe explains everything.
All right, so how do we get Old Scratch taken care of? His name is Lenny, by the way. I don't think that's an appropriate name for something so evil, but that's all right.
Well, it's not really our thing.
Whose thing is it?
Somebody who's versed in some infernal magics might be able to summon an old scratch.
Well, I heard you go down to the crossroads of midnight.
That's what I
One
heard
might
too.
come along. Yeah. That's what I
Pretty
used to say
much.
where I'm from.
If you want to make a deal, one will come to you. You don't gotta. It's not that hard to summon them.
You're just kind of desperate. One tends to show up.
So you all don't have any counter magic that you can help us out with?
I can hold up my banjo like this is what I got.
Oh, I
Tildor says we're just here to get our scrummy.
But I mean, I think the point remains that that's not really a scrummy anymore, right?
It's still a scrummy. It's just somehow gotten attached.
Which is something scrummies don't do.
They don't do that. No.
Well, then,
Then it ain't no scrummy no more.
right?
It's bigger than a regular scrummy, ain't it? It's done swole up bigger than they ever
It's
swell up.
swollen up bigger than before one usually expires.
I mean,
Explode.
That's what Tildor said.
Yeah, I don't think it's a scrummy. I think it's Sally Ruth's dog now. If you ask me, if I have a vote in this,
Wow.
Well, she can't keep it. What do you all propose to do? You want to summon the old Scratch that is responsible for all this somehow?
Well, it sounds like we need to do something about this Old Scratch.
well,
So does summoning the Old Scratch make him work for us?
well, it depends on the bargain you strike now, don't it?
Well, I don't plan to strike a bargain other than
Right, exactly. That's usually a fool's game.
Well, that's
And
what
then-
I was thinking. So, but if we summon him, we can get him.
Well, we do know that one.
And how do we know we get the right one?
Well, one such bargain is about to end, like today, right?
Oh, right, because of the
Exactly.
month.
mhm.
I think we need to summon Larry or Lenny or whatever his name is, and
And Boof has only ever taken notes once, and it said Old Scratch and Lenny.
I
Oh,
just
God,
think we need
Lenny.
to introduce him to,
Well,
my stick.
And maybe we can get the Padre involved since he's got a open contract.
Yeah, the preacher man. I think Jubilee could summon him. He's kind of desperate, and he's a bluegrass picker, and sometimes they sell their souls anyway. And you just go, Lenny, Lenny, Lenny.
The problem is I'm already a musical genius, so what could I ask him for?
What
Oh, I think
possibly
you
do
pick a
you
little
want?
faster than you do.
Oh,
Just a touch.
I think you need
Oh,
to help
no.
with the ladies, though. I mean,
Yeah, you kind of
Jubilee's
desperate in
not-
that way.
you got shot down pretty hard.
I got
Yeah.
shot down pretty hard by a gal working for the big boys.
Yeah, she put a
I do
bullet in
not
your
take
head.
that as an impugnment on my character.
really?
So whoever wants to can roll a cold.
Oh, I
I'm
have that.
unskilled. I'll roll it.
I like it when I have stuff. I got a 4.
Okay.
Should I do more than that?
I don't know. It's unknowable.
Friends?
You can't be known.
Unknowable. I think that means I need to do another. I'll do it again.
Percy Ray, how did you do?
I failed it, and I got one Benny. I'm going to save it.
I missed
got
the
a
skill
4.
that we're rolling here.
Occult.
I called.
Okay. All right.
I got a success.
Ooh. I got an 8.
Okay. So Zilla, it turns out you have some knowledge of infernal magic. And
Well, you got to know the devil to beat him.
yeah, if you everything that, go to the crossroads, try to make a deal, that all is legit. There's no guarantees. There's never any guarantees. However, you could maybe forcibly summon an old scratch with an infernal ritual. And what you need for this ritual, among other things that are probably part of Annie's bag of bones kind of stuff, is something the old scratch has touched. If you want to summon a specific one.
Well,
we got a
that.
note.
We got that note.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's what we're going to use. Let's get
But
this
it'll be
done.
a dangerous ritual.
Yeah, so wait, so we're all good with doing an infernal ritual?
I
All
think
right.
we need to do the ritual to summon this thing and get it taken care of.
What you think, Zilla, with your raise on your occult also, that whatever deal this is has affected all 3 members of the family.
Yep.
And the one who's suffering the most, it's hard to say.
I know who's suffering the most, and
Sally Ruth's
that
suffering
poor
the
girl
most.
needs to have a real life ahead of her. So,
But there's no rhyme or reason to old scratches sort of deals. Like, what an old scratch wants is impossible to know.
yep.
I mean,
Well-
I'll take Sally Ruth with me out of this town. I mean, without even thinking twice. I mean, I'm 300 years old. How much longer do I got to go? But, Percy seems to want to be friends with her, so I can't see that going wrong. I'll just take her right out of here if this goes bad. So,
Well,
So,
I think
sorry, go ahead.
before we do any of that, we got to deal with these fairies that are trying to kill us. Or at least,
I thought, weren't
Yeah.
they just going to
they're
take
right
him
now.
and
They're
go?
kind of like surrounding us and like, well, what are we gonna do? And we kind of got on the side. So we will have to resolve that situation. Before
Yeah,
we
there's
move on.
more to be. Yeah.
I was assuming that Smoke Puff is going home. So,
Well, maybe. But the other thing that we should do before invoking any infernal magic or whatever is we should probably talk to the preacher.
logic is such a timeline oriented thing. I just, can't we do that after we do this? And then
No,
Daryl
I
is
agree.
smart.
I said my piece.
Daryl be
I-
smart.
I agree. We should definitely go get the preacher to confess his sin so we can save him from this old scratch.
So I would like to, get down. It takes me a little while, but I use my walking stick and I kneel down in front of Sally Ruth, and I think it's time that you get to say goodbye to your friend Smoke Puff, and I think that you should feel real special that he chose to be your friend, because apparently this is not something that comes along very often, and he's really, truly your friend. So it's time to say goodbye. We're not going to be able to stop this, except for Jubilee really wants me to shut up right now. But I want you to have a chance to say goodbye to your friend before he goes, okay?
Point of order, short pointy-eared people. So what we were just discussing as an aside here, we were all talking about this whole old scratch, this Lenny or Leroy or L or whatever, and how his magic is binding and maybe has something to do with that their critter. So maybe it would behoove us to have that critter around when we work things out, rather than have you take a potentially tainted with infernal magic creature back into your Feylands.
Yeah, and if that old scratch is messing around with the Fae, y'all can apprehend him. He's stealing y'all's creatures. Well, I don't know what he's doing, but y'all can take care of him.
Go ahead. So, Jubilee, you can roll persuasion. It's going to be -4.
Awesome.
Percy, you can try to assist in, with persuasion. Probably is what it
Sure.
sounds like.
Yeah. 16.
So
Plus
Max
two.
+2. We should have had you lead. Wow, that.
We know how to
Okay.
talk to Faye.
36.
36.
+2.
Plus
That's
2.
with the +2. I'm sorry. We have
-4 plus 2.
-4 +2. So it's only like a 33.
Yeah.
Yeah.
33.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you wouldn't want to have that now, would you?
Polly's like, you know what? He makes a really good point. My friend Percy's making a pretty good point too. And Tilda's
Did you
Percy's
hear
like,
that,
wise
Percy?
beyond
She
his
said
years.
friend.
I see that. I heard it.
That's pretty cool.
we don't make it a point of getting involved in human.
This ain't human. This is about y'all. They look at this scrummy here.
Poor
know.
Smoke Puff.
I know.
Smoke Puff's all the proof you need that you guys need to get involved.
Someone's got to burp that baby, though.
We're not invoking any infernal magics to summon an old scratch, but we will be there to help you.
Whoa.
Well,
I think that's what the Fey Queen would want. And Polly's like,
That sounds right to me.
I just want to take him home. Okay. All right. Okay. So
we appreciate your help.
yeah, they are offering services, and we will work out how that works mechanically when we get there.
I'll tussle Sally's hair and be like, there you go. Smoke Puff's okay.
Okay, so this situation seems to be resolved, kind of. A tentative agreement has been reached between the Fae and you guys. Sally she's sad. She's just feeling like there's nothing going her way right now. You've comforted her as much as you can, but she just doesn't see a happy ending yet. She thinks her town's gonna go away. Her mom is gone. I mean, she never knew her dad. The town's gonna succumb to blight. She doesn't see a future. She's gonna lose her pal Smoke Puff. So she's down. So what do you guys do after this? What's the plan now?
Go see the preacher.
Yep.
Go see the preacher.
Yeah,
Direct.
He's the next
As the
piece
bird
of this
flies.
puzzle. Perhaps the final piece of the puzzle.
Okay, so you guys are gonna go see the preacher, Jebediah Taylor.
With our motley crew of fairy.
With your
Fae.
the Fae are gonna stay.
They're going to
outside.
be, yeah.
They're gonna be in the shadows.
Yes, but they'll be there. They're still a motley
They'll
crew.
be around. There's gonna be a motley crew eventually. Yes.
Yeah, the fact that we can't see him doesn't make me feel any better about him.
It's okay because we're gonna shout at the devil.
Okay, so are you going to his house? You going to the church? What are you doing?
Well, he's usually not at the church, isn't he?
Not usually.
We're gonna go to his house.
His house, yeah.
So I'm gonna say it's like by this time, probably late afternoon-ish, after all this hullabaloo's been going on. Go ahead as you approach his house and roll. Everybody will notice.
Well, that's no fun. I got an 8.
Ooh, that was scary. I got a 5.
I don't know what it is. I got a 10.
Wow.
Got a 3 myself.
Okay.
That's
My
what I was
dice
hoping
must-
for.
My dice miss me.
Yeah. Zilla, so you're the first to notice this. As you approach, there is what looks to be a couple of horses and that cart that you suppogetty sabotaged.
Sabotage.
In
You
the
all
back.
Is
cleaned up.
he in for a surprise?
Getting ready to go. as you can tell. And what do you want to do?
Well, I think we'll amble up confidently because we know he's not going to get very far on that count. On that
Yeah.
cart.
Okay.
Smooth.
And of course,
ride.
Zilla was assured that the cart is completely hosed. So
No
Yeah.
way he's getting anywhere on that.
yeah.
So there are a couple of guys there who stop you. It's like, what business do you have with the preacher?
Oh, we need to talk to him about.
Satan!
We need to talk to him about
everybody needs to talk to the preacher about Satan.
We need to
Right.
talk to him about an immediate religious matter.
This is urgent, Satan.
I need to get
Urgent
saved.
Satan.
I need to get saved.
He's got to get saved, like
Yep.
right now.
I felt the calling. That don't wait for nobody.
Look,
Right?
he's going to have another sermon tonight. I think you should just go to that. Maybe you can talk to him. there.
tonight-
I got the
It's too
spirit.
late.
It's too late.
You got
Ooh,
the
Nelly,
spirit?
I need to
I got
sit
the
down.
spirit
And I
right
walk
now.
over and start to kneel down on the porch. Oh, goodness, I'm going to swoon. I need to rest. Hold on a sec. I'm just
All right.
going to get myself through here.
And what are you trying to do, Annie Pickens?
Just get past them towards the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it sounds like this is some sort of collective, like persuading him to get past, right? So who's going to take the lead?
I mean, who's going to be mean to an old lady?
I would.
My dice have not been nice to me though. So
I'm gonna turn this into a sermon of
As you do.
the Lord doesn't wait for the convenience of man, and it's gonna just go in there with that sort of thing, and she's doing a lot of quoting and pointing, and
Sounds like Zilla is taking the lead
Bibling.
then. Does anybody want to assist Zilla?
Yeah,
I
I,
do. I'll
absolutely do. And my assist like with persuasion is I'm gonna be like, no, like when we're talking a matter of the devil, like really look over your left shoulder in the shadows. Do you see it? See something moving? We gotta talk to the preacher about this right now.
Yeah, and
Nice.
I'm just going to give up the salvation idea and just say I'm possessed by these spirits in the shadows and just fall down and start writhing around and falling out of the mouth.
Wow.
And
well,
Zilla-
you can throw them on command. That's awesome.
Zilla
Oh, yeah.
says this boy does believe that he's taken a fae as a pet.
Hmm. I'll fall down and start talking about pixies and
It's in the jar.
bugs. And,
So go ahead, Jubilee, persuasion, and then Percy Ray, either persuasion or performance.
I think I got to roll performance here.
Okay.
Oh.
+1.
Nice.
Okay, so 2 total, right? And Annie, you're
I'm thinking
trying to
performance here.
Yeah, I was gonna do it, but the guys got all. I'm like, I am too old for this. I'm just.
You're like, I'm
take
just
care
gonna
of
sit
it.
down.
Okay, so you're giving up.
I'm fine. I don't
Zilla?
need to sit.
Roll either performance or persuasion. It's up to you.
All right. Yeah. So here we go. Huh.
Is that a good huh? Or a bad?
No. That's it's a poorly timed, huh? That's a double one.
Ooh! Hooray for crit fails.
Okay.
Crit fails tell the story. Woo!
Right?
Okay, so with the crit fail,
Everyone was
all
coming
this
out of
stuff
the woods.
going first of all, Jubilee does manage to convince this guy that there's something in the forest looking at him.
The devil. Telling
And
you.
he's definitely pulling out, some kind of pistol or something like that.
Oh, you
He's
can't
like,
shoot the devil
what
with
is
a
that?
pistol. You
What
can't
is
shoot
that?
The devil with a pistol. You need preacher man.
Okay, so and you're doing that, and Percy Ray's like convulsing on the deck, and whatever else he's doing.
Do I actually get possessed? I don't know.
You do not, but
Okay.
Annie, luckily you have nothing to do with this whole debacle. But
Yeah.
Zilla's trying to convince him, and as you're trying to, you see the preacher has already started to take off with the
broken
wagon
down
and the the horses.
Well, here's an interesting point of order. So I was assisting on a roll that crit failed. That means crit fail consequences apply to me. Is that true?
Sure.
Well, I am hainted.
Oh, well, so is Percy Ray, actually.
Well, so
we
we just
both
got
have
him
it.
double hated. Thanks to Ron.
That is
You're
true.
welcome.
Support assumes the risk. So go
Yeah.
ahead and roll a d6, each of you.
Yay. 6.
Oh lordy.
6. The character attempts to sabotage the party's mission at a crucial juncture. So this happens sometime in the next 24-hour period.
I got a 5. This is gonna be bad.
So sorry.
So 5 is character attacks another party member sometime in the next 24 hours.
It's
Now
your
this
option.
is not your fault. You're hainted. Something is taking over. So sometime in the next 24 hours, and it's up to you. And you know, to a degree, me, these things are going to happen. You know, the spirit inside you is going to move you to do something awful.
Well, I've already got some ideas. So.
And
Okay.
I think that while she was in the middle of talking, Zilla just managed to hit a patch of mud or something. And while she was doing all this preaching and being very specific, she goes ass over tea kettle, and is just flat on her back in a very undignified way.
Yeah, super undignified. She's fancy. This is no good. It just turns into chaos. Guy is pursuing Faye into the forest. You know, he's seen it. He knows it's there. The preacher man is already taken off with his wagon.
So
And-
on
Go
that,
ahead,
I would
Annie.
like to. I do have the power of blind. Since I'm not in the mess of
Ooh.
this whole thing, I would like to cast that on him in hopes of stopping him from getting away.
Okay, so first thing is roll athletics to get it within range before he gets out of range. Remember,
I'll
you
go
have a minus
faster.
1.
Ooh. 11.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, and then if you want to try blind, go ahead and roll your folk magic skill.
What is that? Folklore? Oh no, folk magic. Ooh,
Folk magic, yep.
gotta find the right dice. There we go. I got a 7.
7. All right, hold on.
I mean, I still have 1.
Success means the pictures with a -2 penalties to all actions. All right, he's going to have to make a riding roll.
Better not make that riding roll.
And when he crashes, it's totally because we sabotaged.
That's
that
right.
car.
That's right.
You're welcome.
Well, he does have riding, so good on him. He failed his riding roll. So you turn him blind. I mean, to a certain extent, as far as you can with a regular success on blind, which is pretty good. And he makes his he fails his riding roll. The horses kind of go out of control. The wagon ends up tipping over, and it's just as you foretold the previous night. That cotter pin or whatever it is that you messed with must have worked.
You
right?
tightened up.
And the preacher is, yeah, I mean, he's injured. And go ahead and the guys who are protecting him are sort of like, there's one of them is going to him, oh, preacher man, preacher. And the other guy's chasing after Faye at this point. Whoops, sorry about that. So what do you guys do?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get this over with. Percy Ray sort of convinced himself that he was possessed when he was on the ground going through the
Flail and do a smackdown. Yeah.
Yeah, he feels like completely feral, and he's just going to charge Jubilee from behind
Legit,
and
yeah.
try to just tackle him.
Okay.
Just tackle him into the ground and say that he's a he's a bluegrass picker who's made a deal with the devil because ain't nobody should be able to play that fast.
Nice.
I'm going to try to
Right.
take his banjo
Awesome.
away and smash it.
I'm just saying,
Roll
mine's got to
fighting.
turn against you guys, and we're going to have a devil to make that deal with pretty soon. So that's what I'm going to save mine up for.
Roll fighting, Percy Ray.
I'm not much of a fighter, but I'm going to do
That's
my
all
best.
right. I'm not much of a defender.
I got a 10. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's with a raise.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. So you're trying to grab his
Lord,
banjo?
I feel horrible about it. Yeah, I'm trying to
Do it.
smash the banjo. We're going
Do
to have to
it.
repair our relationship.
No, yeah,
after
do
this.
it. Yeah.
I'm going to smash it. Smash it
Okay.
against a tree.
It happens.
Ow,
I mean,
Ow.
with the raise, you've got the banjo, and it happens.
Yeah.
So
I just fall to my knees weeping.
poor Jubilee falls to his knees weeping. Percy Ray, you start to like come out of what you just did.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
And Polly is sitting over there in the tree line, and she's just giggling. She's just giggling. She can't help herself.
That's way better than a jar.
So I'm worried that I'm going to get in trouble. I still have like an adolescent mindset that Annie's going to punish me for this. I'm afraid Jubilee might kick my ass. But I look over at Polly and I see her laughing. And I was like, "Don't you want to be my pet?"
Stop it! You're making me laugh.
Take what's left of these strings and strangle you with them.
Annie,
This was my livelihood.
Annie and Zilla, what are you doing?
I'm just amazed at this situation and taking my time thinking about what's going on because apparently I'm resistant. So
You're hesitant, yes.
I feel like Zilla is a bit beside herself for the moment. So she's doing the
Okay, so you guys take some time, and Preacher is injured. One of his people is helping him. You guys sort of come to your senses and sort of come to the point where, like, Jubilee, what have you decided to do for now?
I'm mostly weeping over the wreckage of my banjo.
Okay. And Zilla, you've sort of come around, and Percy.
She's going to go up and heal that preacher and give him a talking to about his bad choices.
Well,
Okay.
Sure, you could heal my banjo, couldn't you? No, I guess you can't. I guess God's not worth that much, is he?
Well, maybe your banjo ain't worth that much to God there, Jubilee.
Wow.
Did good
I
work
see
for you
rifts
guys.
forming. Okay, so you're gonna approach the preacher. Preacher's leg is hurting him, and his parishioners like, you're a healer? Can you do something? Can you do something for Reverend Taylor?
You step away, and I need to talk to Reverend Taylor, and then I will help him.
All right, whatever you say.
Back off. All right. So I approach Reverend Taylor, kneel down next to him, and I say, I know about Old Scratch. I know about Lenny,
Leroy.
or whatever his name is,
Lenny.
and I'm here to help. But I'm going to need you to confess your sins to me right now if you want my help. And she leans on his leg a little bit. Not like intimidation, just she wants to remind him that she needs him.
All right. So
That he needs her.
Yeah, he flinches because of that. He's like, look. I know. I admit it. I'm a bad man. Okay.
You're not a bad man.
There's
There's a good man. There's a good
man.
There's a good man underneath. And I want to help you get back there.
I just can't help myself. I can't.
You can.
I can't help it.
We can fix that.
I just want my revenge. I want my revenge on this town. This
All right.
town deserves it.
Stop.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Lower your voice. What's your revenge?
All right. They drove me out. When
They drive you out.
They took away my wife and my unborn child. He took them away from me. I was just trying to protect him. I didn't know what else to do. The big boys were coming anyway.
Hold on a second.
They killed her. They killed my wife.
Your wife isn't dead.
What?
Now, if you want us to fix these things, we're going to help you. But your wife isn't dead, and you got a beautiful little girl that needs her daddy. And do you want me to help you fix this or not?
But he told me they were dead. That's what he told me. That's what the man
Well,
told
Old
me.
Scratch is a liar. You know that. Read your own book, Reverend.
Mm-hmm.
Now be healed. And she does the classic boom in the forehead.
Okay.
Let me roll healing.
Yeah, roll the healing.
Is that magical healing? Because I can do something with that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can't do magical. That stuff's...
Well, I just wasted a 15 on this Yahoo.
Okay. So, not only is his leg healed, but also you get him to get some coherence for just a little bit.
Yep.
The thing is, he's much like Celia. You're getting him... He's got that performance going that is out of his control. And what's really critical of what you find here is that he's unable to recognize what that like his daughter exists, that he really genuinely believes his wife was killed by the town after he was driven out.
Okay. So she looks back at the parishioners that are there, says, you two, you need to get the Reverend back in his house. We need to get him taken care of. He needs to stay exactly where he is. Now.
Okay. All right. Okay. And yeah, he's kind of gone into like it's weird. He's shocked that his wife is alive, but then he immediately forgets.
All right, yeah. And she looks at them. If they even hesitate, she says, you saw me heal him. You don't want me to see you smite you. Please get this done.
Okay, and they do. They do.
Okay. Now, she's going to walk up to the rest of the crew here and say,
Heal Jubilee Banjo.
Y'all done beating the hell out of each other?
Right now I am. I guess.
All right, because it's time for us to summon up Old Scratch. I know what's going on.
Okay.
All right.
So
is the little girl here still?
Sally is around for sure. For sure.
All right. Sally, I need you to go find Polly and hang out with her for a little bit. You don't need to see any of this, but I got a mite surprise for you if this works.
Okay.
All right.
Like, is it a good surprise? Because I've been having some really bad surprises lately.
Go on, girl. This is going to be a good surprise.
Yes, ma'am. And she goes and finds Polly, and Polly's confused, but
like, I'm not a babysitter. What is going on?
Polly just does she does this to Polly.
And Polly does it right back. But yeah, it looks like Polly's taking care of Sally.
Okay.
So, so the general gist here is you're going to have to do some kind of ritual to summon him. And
well, I got my bag of bones.
So yeah, and while we're preparing that ritual, just so you know, she spills to the group that's Jacob. Wow. That is that little girl's father, and that is that poor woman's husband. And he thinks they're dead because Old Scratch has confused his mind. And he's here for revenge, and we're here to show him he don't need none of it. But to do that, we're going to need to fight an Old Scratch.
Well, did that Old Scratch change his appearance so the folks wouldn't recognize him, or they've been huffing blight fumes for 13 years and
well, here's the deal.
Remember who he was?
She wouldn't remember. Keep in mind, we've noticed that their memories are short here, for one. So there's a cloud over this town. Number two, the only one that would recognize him ain't in a condition to do it.
I guess you're right. How do you fight an old scratch?
Well, I'm going to try to summon him, and we're going to need to whoop up on him.
Well, I got some practice in already. I hope he's got a banjo.
That was a
I'll
real
bust it on his
good
head.
banjo
I
beat.
hope he's got a banjo too. Like
Jubilee,
one of
you help
us.
us out in this. You help us out in this, and we will buy you a new banjo.
Promises.
I keep my promises. Don't you dare impugn on my goodwill.
Okay, so everybody take a Benny.
All right.
And who's going to take the lead on this ritual?
It's got to be me since I'm the one who knows the ritual.
Okay.
Right, because you got the
Yeah.
gutter roll.
Yep.
And I've got metagaming. I've got a D8 in the cult, so I'm
Sure.
assuming
I
that's
got-
what we're using.
Yeah, I got D6, so.
Okay.
So this will be a challenging single-person dramatic task.
Okay.
And it's going to be at a -2.
Oh, yay. So these guys can actually support me, though, correct?
Oh, of course.
All right.
Of course.
And for the record, I've got 4 bennies at the moment.
Okay.
So what you need is 4 task tokens in 3 rounds to do this.
All right. Okay.
I'm telling you right now, if you fail, it's not going to be pretty.
Okay.
So,
All right.
I'm
Fair.
telling you right now, my hainted thing's about to kick in.
so then I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be pretty anyway.
With or without the hated. This
Okay.
ain't going well. Okay.
So, we have cards because this is a dramatic task.
All right.
The Fae are out there, so don't worry about the Fae. The Fae are going to help you, but I've got things for that. So
I apologize before we. I got the boost and lower trait. Would that help in this situation?
Yes.
Yes, I'll say the rounds are short enough that it will help.
Okay.
So you can support that way. You can say, boost lower trait, whoever's going to be leading the ritual or whatever. But yeah, if you do it beforehand, you can get one person if you want to do it beforehand.
I will do Ron beforehand.
Okay.
It's the folk magic again.
Folk magic.
I lost that dice. There it is. All right, that's right. I got 1 success.
1.
4.
Oh, so you got 4.
Yeah, I got 4.
Wow.
That's really. Okay, so you have a die type increase run
Yep,
on your
got
on
it.
your occult. And
All right.
Percy Ray, 9 of diamonds. Jubilee, 2 of hearts. Zilla, 6 of diamonds. And Annie Pickens, ace of clubs. So when you get a club in a dramatic task, you have a -2
Keep
to
your mouth
whatever you're
shut.
doing. So if you want to support, you'll have a -2 to it. Luckily, if you try to support and fail on a club, you don't necessarily destroy the entire dramatic task.
You also have a bunch of bennies, and you could spend one to replace that card.
Exactly. You
But-
could if you want.
I only have 2.
Oh.
Yeah, but Annie's not leading, so
That's right.
I'll just keep my mouth shut this time. I just gave you an extra die.
Okay.
One thing.
So right now, ace of clubs, Annie, do you want to do anything?
No, but I have to ask because we're recording this, so I want to be an honorable person. How many PowerPoints have I spent of my 10? I did blind and I
You
did
blind,
and the boost lower trait.
boost lower trait. So blind, I think is. Hold on, you can just check it real quick here. Blind is 2 PowerPoints,
Okay.
and boost lower trait, I think, is 2 as well. But,
Also 2.
All right, so I am at
So you
6.
spend 4.
Yep, 2.
I got 6.
Okay. So you're not doing anything. That leaves Percy Ray at a 9 of diamonds. Do you want to support Zilla in some way or do something else?
I do want to support Zilla. Percy Ray has no idea how infernal summoning goes. He was just haunted by a passing spirit. witches did some nasty things to his village one time, turning everybody into bears, or that's what he tells everybody. So he's just going to do what he imagines one would do in an arcane ritual, which is like, I'm just going to like climb up into like get a little roost in a tree and like raise my arms and up to the heavens and just start like doing like weird incantations and saying, by the power of Fae Fall, and by the power of Sally Ruth, and by the power of Smoke Puff, and by the power of Jubilee Smash Banjo. I just invoke everything that happened to me today by the power of.
Okay. All right, roll, yeah, persuasion, I suppose.
Thank you.
Roll persuasion, I guess.
Yeah, failed it. I will spend a Benny.
Okay.
Thank you.
And that aced again. You're gonna get 2 from me. Yep. So 14 plus 2 from Percy.
Plus 2 for Zilla.
All right, here we go.
You're not gonna wait for me?
Yeah, Jubilee has a duo diamonds. Do you want to wait for Jubilee, or do you not want to wait for Jubilee?
I'm a little afraid to wait for Jubilee, considering Jubilee's
don't
haunted.
blame you.
I'm going to go ahead and go.
I have ideas about what Jubilee's going to try to do.
Well, I've got one too.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and roll it. I'm going to go ahead and spend a Benny.
Should have waited for me.
Wow. I'm going to go ahead and lose my wild die and just pick up another die. Oh, that's a good wild die. All right. So we've got 11, 12, 13.
13 total. So that's 3. Is that with your -2?
No, it's 11.
So 2 successes total.
Yep. 2.
2. So you're halfway there in
successes.
1 round. Look at you. Jubilee, what do you want to do?
Yeah, so like I was all in this and ready to help and all that, and then that the spirit takes me, and I think we even like as part of the backstory said like it's a Fae hating spirit that takes him, because he's had all these bad experiences with the Fae, and he's like okay, I guess I'll light the candle or do whatever, and he's like oh I know, like this will be ruined if I don't do this, so he just like literally runs off. And he's running out to the woods, and he's going, "You Fae got to get out of here! Get out of here! He won't come if you're here!"
Awesome.
So, I want to ruin our support mechanism.
Excellent. I won't even make you roll, but I will give you a Benny because that's a great idea.
Nice.
That's almost as good as my idea. No, it's actually a better idea. So. Jubilee actually ends up distracting and causing trouble and just completely wrecking whatever the Fae were doing. And whatever the plans what they had to help you is wrecked by Jubilee now.
You're welcome!
Awesome.
Gotta get out of here, gotta get out, they won't go. Okay.
And then
I
I'm
got
like,
2 successes.
shoot! Got that covered. All right.
Still got 2 successes. And Zilla, your ritual, this is a cult, so it's not faith. You're like engaging in infernal magics. How does this look when you're doing this? Like, what does this ritual look like for Zilla, who's a holy roller? She's fancy.
Yeah.
She's got her robe. She's got her Rastus around her neck. She's a God-fearing, faith. Go ahead.
So, right before the ritual, and we'll have to see how this shakes out, she knows what she has to do, and she prays in advance to apologize for the task that she's about to take on, and it's her hope that God's plan is to save these people at any means, by any means necessary. And she gives herself, she's going to put herself in God's hands and coax Erastus to bite her right before the ritual.
Okay, so she Rastus bites you, and I'm also going to say, like, because you're engaging in some stuff that is against your beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
Erastus also, in his fervency of giving you a bite and making you bleed. So there's there's blood, but there's also like he somehow messes around with your robes so that you're revealing a little bit more skin than you probably should.
Yeah.
Because we're engaging with your hindrance here. Like you have a temptation toward the more carnal urges, right? The things that are unholy.
And
Carnal urges. Tell
as
me more.
part of this ritual, she is dancing in a way that is certainly attracting those who may be attracted to a woman, very much that way. And she's really going that extra mile.
She's owning it.
I'm thinking like not quite Salma Hayek in the snake scene in From Dusk Till Dawn, but close.
Okay, awesome. So take a Benny for that because I'm making you engage with one of these hindrances. That you have. But you're embracing that darkness, right?
Oh God,
a little bit. I mean, in terms of what you believe, it's not necessarily like empirical darkness. It's in terms of what you believe.
She feels that she has to kind of let her lustfulness through to appeal to this old scratch.
Awesome.
Seeing a new side of Zilla.
Looks like not so bad, right?
No,
Percy
it's much
Ray,
better.
4 of clubs. Zilla, 4 of spades. Annie Pickens, ace of diamonds. And Jubilee, are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm coming back now.
You're coming back.
Got that covered. Now I can help.
And Tracy Love, I have hesitant.
Calculating or hesitant, right?
Yeah, so I need the second card.
9 of spades. So you take the.
So I'll take the 9. Yeah.
I'll spend a Benny for a new one.
Oh, okay.
Get rid of that club. Try to.
Well, you got another club. You got a 7 of clubs.
This will be good. I'm still going to try to help. I'll do my very best.
So you're gonna take your 7 of clubs though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So first on the docket is Annie Pickens. What do you want to do, if anything?
Well, I mean, my bag of bones hasn't come out at all. I mean, one would think I should be doing something with that. Yes, I will cast my bag of bones to get knowledge to help him.
You want to assist with a cult then? So sort of
keep an eye on keep an eye on how we're doing.
Yep. Usually,
I like it.
Like toss some bones into the center of the ritual kind of thing to help.
Yes. And I got ass success. Should I Benny it or no?
So that's +1 to Zilla right now.
Thoughts? I got 2 bennies.
I say hold off.
All right.
We'll see if everything falls apart.
So we're at a +1 right now. Next is Percy Ray at 7 of clubs.
All right. Well, I'm watching Zilla sort of dancing, and I'm still doing the invocation in the tree. It just
Your
changes.
-2 is due to distraction.
Exactly. Like I'm in sort of a heightened hormonal state. I'm at that age, right? And so I haven't seen this side of Zilla, but I'm just wherever I can see such a thing, I'll look, and I raise up my arms and say, "In the name of 1,000 devils, in the name of eternal hell flame, in the name of the wicked serpent with the tri-forked tongue, in the name of Zilla's sexy new court and dance, arise, Satan, arise." And I got a 7 with the -2.
All right. So that is a
+2
+1
so
from
far.
Percy Ray.
Yeah.
Nice.
And now we have Jubilee Skaggs coming in back from the forest.
Yeah, I'm like, okay,
Here
it's
to
all right.
help.
Emergency resolved. It's okay. And I'm seeing that dance, and I got to agree with Percy Ray. It's like, I like this new side. It's like, this is how you summon the devil? Well, all right. I'm going to get up in there and dirty dance with Zilla a little bit.
Okay. Roll performance.
Performance, yeah. That's +1. Take it.
Horrible.
+3 total to Zilla. It's your
All
turn,
right.
Zilla.
So a net -1 with the -2 there. Okay. All right. Here
net
we
plus
go.
one, right?
Net +1. I apologize.
Yep.
Because math.
Math
Boy.
be hard.
All right. Here we go. Nice. That's a 10. with the
All right,
+1.
then. You have successfully summoned Leroy Lenny, this specific Old Scratch. When he appears in the middle of whatever this infernal circle that you've created is, and like there's flames licking around the sides of it, and some of the townspeople are like looking on from a distance and going, "Whoa." And he's there, and he's like, "What can I do for you folks?" I can't say that I enjoyed being called this way.
You can release those 3 fine folks and take the cloud off of the memories of these townspeople.
Oh, now, whatever are you talking about?
I'm talking about taking your wicked ways elsewhere before I take a cane into your rear end, Old Scratch.
Okay. I'll tell you what, Jacob was a fun one. I know what you're talking about. He was easy to con. He was really keen on protecting his family. He was really interested in getting him out of there before the big boys took over the town. So I just gave him what he wanted. He kind of screwed it up, though. They got wise to him. And then they ran him out. And it was kind of easy to return after a few years. I don't know. Time's weird here. I just came back and I said, "Hey, Jacob, you know they killed her. Don't you want your revenge, Jacob?" That's what I told him. And he said yes. And it was real easy after that. So I told him, I'm going to get rid of the blight. I'm going to give them some hope. You go in there with your con man ways and your flim-flamming. You go ahead and take credit for it. You got 1 month. And if you get all that money out of them, well, you're not going to have your family no more, but at least you'll have your revenge. Because after that month's over, Blight's going to come back, and so are the big boys. It was really easy.
So while he's like wrapping up his speech, Zilla, she has been casting smite under her breath.
Okay.
And is going to attach it onto her cane and just whack him upside the head.
Okay.
With smite.
Okay, so first roll your smite. Well, let's roll stealth to see if you can do that silently.
All right, I can do that.
So fist fighting the devil is the plan. Got it.
I got smite.
+1 damage to the devil.
Hey, it's a good stick. I'm just saying. Actually, better than the stick. Okay, hang on. I'm going to roll stealth. Give me a second here. I'm going to re-describe this. Hang on.
Smiting your snake.
I got a 6 on the stealth roll. Is that going to work?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay. So I'm actually casting smite on my holdout pistol, and I'm going to shoot him.
Oh, it's fighting the devil with the pistol. That's what we're doing now.
I'm going to shoot the devil. Isn't that the Motley Crue song, Shoot at the Devil?
Okay. So
Within a letter.
Do you successfully smite your pistol?
I'm doing it now.
Okay.
I've got a multi-action because I want to shoot in the same round, right?
Yeah. If you wanna like surprise him, then yeah, you're gonna have to multi-action smite.
I'm
damage.
multi-action in here.
Okay.
7 minus 2, 5. So I get for smite, gives me a plus 2.
Right?
Okay. Yep. And then the shoot, am I far enough away to not need to go up against his parry?
Yes.
Okay. And then here comes my shooting with a minus 2. That's a little dangerous. Oh, good. Hang on. That's a 5, so I'm going to hit him. So that's going to be 2d4 plus 2, and it's magical damage. I'm hoping that means something. If it doesn't, I understand, but it's my hope.
It means he's going to be a lot more irritated.
Ooh.
5.
Okay.
Oh, crap. Okay. 9. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
12 damage.
Nice.
Okay.
Plus 2. 14 damage.
14 damage. So I gave him a notice roll to avoid you getting the drop on him. He got a 10 on his notice roll. So you didn't get the drop, but you got your 14 damage, you said?
Yep.
14 damage. Ouch. Okay. And it's magic.
Correct.
Okay, so that is enough to do a wound to Old Scratch. So he is going to spend a Benny.
And when she does it after she fires, she does the cross with the gun and then says, "Praise Jesus."
All right, he's spending a Benny. He's going to roll some vigor.
So howdy, folks. We got about a half an hour left on this amazing stream. Hope you guys are enjoying it. And I just wanted to pop in and share some awesome updates with you guys. So while the stream has been going, we've had, I think, 4 or 5 more people join at the boss all-in level, the boss of the Holler. It's a great deal. It is the 175 all-in level. We are excited that we are closer and closer every day to unlocking the limited edition. Let me throw some art up on screen so you can even see it. The limited edition cover. See how gorgeous it is? Oh, you just want to touch it. It's so pretty. So if we get to, we are currently at, what are we at? We are at 61. Wow, 61.3. So we were at 60 something before we started. Now we're at 61.3. So if we get to 70 before the end of the campaign, we got 13 days left. We will unlock a free copy of the limited edition leatherette embossed, pretty as all get out hardcover for everybody who backs at the boss of the Holler level. So for free, an extra copy of the book with all of the nice leather and all that fun stuff. So if you can, dig deep, give generously, because we all believe in the good book, and the good book is Holler. And your money doesn't come to me; it goes directly to Peg. Peg needs your money to make this great book, folks. So remember, whoever sows generously reaps generously. So if you guys, if you want in on Holler and you want to support this amazing project, that boss of the Holler level is looking more amazing every day. And I'm not saying it's magic. I'm not saying it's elixir, but gaming is known to cure agoraphobia, xarophobia, arithmophobia, and phomophobia. So pick it up. Let me just read you everything that's in the boss of the Holler level, because it's a lot of stuff for 175. So we get the box set, which includes the hardcover, full color core rule book, which is even bigger now because of some stretch goals, a GM screen with adventure, bennies, dice, an action deck, archetype cards, and there's more of those because of a stretch goal you guys have unlocked, and pawns, and there's even more of those. Combat maps 1 and 2, and I'm going to give you a sneak preview of combat map 1 about a minute here. Those are 24 by 30 inch full color cardstock, wet and dry market erasable maps, a set of antiqued conviction tokens that are metal, that are awesome, and then all the digital and physical stretch goals. And then so those are, and we've done a doozy number of them so far. So the stretch goals you guys have already unlocked. Let's see, we've unlocked the do-it-yourself virtual tabletop assets, which is great. So everybody at the all backers received those, all backers. And so game masters, you can integrate those into your favorite tabletops. And then a much later unlock was the virtual tabletop discounts. So if you guys are fans of Fantasy Grounds, Foundry, Roll20, we've got discounted pricing, a full 25% off on those modules for those 3 big companies. So that's a pretty awesome deal. You guys have already unlocked. You have also unlocked the bookmarks, which are very pretty. And the Ashdown map, which is a 17 by 11 poster map of the town of Ashdown. I think Alita Saxon's working on that for us, coming along amazingly. We'll give you a sneak preview of that as soon as we get the another round of drafting on that. Extra archetype cards. So I believe that we're up to 9. We've unlocked additional 3 archetype cards. Those are super handy. The book is now 208 pages. We've added 16 more pages because you guys have unlocked stretch goals and threw in a bunch of extra monsters. And when you have extra monsters, you need extra pawns. You've also unlocked the extra pawns. So I think we're adding 2 more sheets of pawns to the sheets we're already giving you guys for the Holler box set and the Boss of the Holler levels. And the scene setters. These are a fantastic idea, long in the planning, and we're glad to finally bring those and hopefully make these part of our future lines. The scene setters are, we're giving you nice large pictures of key locations within the Holler to share around your table. There's some information on the back, so it's fantastic. And then, of course, the limited edition book. We all want it. We want it. So hopefully you guys want it too. It's so pretty. And it really does. I mean, if you've got a poet like Tim Early writing this super authentic, super creative setting that's really unique in the RPG world, what better way to celebrate that? And then you guys all coming out big and strong for that than a limited edition hardcover. So that's up next. But before we get back to the game, let me show you guys. Let's see. Here we go. So this right here is the Speakeasy and Gouging Circle maps. That's one side of the battle maps. So they're huge. What did I say? They are the 24 by 36. Yeah, 24 by 30. And they're on the nice thick cardstock, and then they're laminated so that they're dry erase safe and wet marker safe. And so you guys get an awesome Speakeasy and a Gouging Circle and a nice little authentic little trash pile in there for your combats in the Holler. So this is a first look at this awesome map. And I'm so glad you guys are back. The other ways you can participate in the Holler while I pull up the last few minutes of tonight's amazing actual play. So you can catch the first episode of the actual play. It's on video on demand still on Twitch. It is up on our YouTube. Our YouTube has a Holler themed channel. For anybody to call it all the videos that are Holler themed are in one playlist. That's it is. It's playlist. And so you can check out the first episode of the Savior of Oak Hollow. And this is the second episode and the finale tonight. And then you can also see from a year ago the Baden Mountain Tunnel actual play that Tim ran. And then if you guys want to play Holler, I think all the Holler tickets are sold out, but you can join the wait list for those in case anyone drops. We've got a couple games of Holler coming up next weekend at our Halloween online convention event. And there are several other games. We've got over 40 games. Very many of them are sold out, but there are still seats available. So you're welcome to join us for those. And with that, I'll let you guys get back to the fun of the final few minutes of this amazing actual play. And just remember, guys, it's on Kickstarter. Back and share with your friends. The biggest issue we have as a small company is getting the word out. And I mean, we can yell at you all day, but it really does the ability for you guys to share to your friends, to groups you're in, to Reddit, places like that, Board Game Geek, wherever you are, making a thread and letting people know what caught your eye and why you're backing Holler. That helps us out immensely. And we've definitely, since we've announced the Leatherette, we've seen the trajectory of this campaign go a lot higher. And so we're eager to open that one up. So we're only a couple thousand away. So share. And we're going to get back to the final few minutes of this episode. So thank you, guys. We'll find out whether the soak roll goes through and if these guys win the adventure tonight. So thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next week. But again, please share Holler with your friends.
He's going to spend another Benny. He's going to roll vigor again. Whoa, okay. So he soaked that wound.
2 bennies later, I'm a happy man.
but he is already out of bennies. Okay, so but I have 4. So we're gonna go on cards, obviously. Zilla, I'm gonna call that your turn. That you set this off. Percy Ray, 8 of diamonds. Annie Pickens, Queen of clubs, and then King of diamonds. So you have to take the queen. But the clubs don't matter in this particular instance. Jubilee, 3 of clubs.
I'll take it.
And
Because I'm still a little flummoxed, like, wait, shooting the devil was really our plan? What?
and Old Scratch got a 5 of diamonds. So and the Fae are dispersed. The Fae would have helped in this situation, but they are gone. And Polly is taking care of Sally, who's, she's trying to keep her out of this whole mess.
Sally, who's a handful. Yeah, I get that.
Yes.
So if anybody wants to hold, I am happy to do an arcane protection on everybody before we go.
Yeah, interesting. Well,
we don't even have to hold.
You don't have to hold. You get to go first.
Okay,
you're Queen of clubs.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so I do that. How many points is that?
I'll let you know, but roll your folk magic.
Yeah, so probably 2 plus 1, 2, 3 to get the rest of us.
1 plus 1 for each additional. So
4 in total.
Ooh, I'm like 0. What's 0? Oh, that's 10. 18.
18. Arcane protection. With a raise, it's a -4 penalty to hostile powers.
And it's 3 power points, by the way, total. 1 to start and then 1 per extra.
Right.
Yeah, but she's doing all 3, though.
All 3 of us, so that'd be 3 extra.
But it's only 2 extra because 1 is free as part of the cost of power.
Her.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So
4 power points then.
Yeah, so -4 to hostile powers and -4 to damage. So that is crazy good.
That's
crazy.
You're welcome. I'm about to be out of
good
power
job,
points, so.
Annie. It is now Percy Ray's turn.
I'm going to get my lucky horseshoe and I'm going to raise it up and I'm going to run in there and I'm going to brain that devil right on the noggin with it. Kill a devil with a lucky horseshoe. I don't reckon a 4 hits the devil, does
with your horseshoe? No, it does not hit the devil.
Mm-mm.
Wild attack against the devil, Percy Ray. What do you think?
I'll wild attack next time. I did.
So Percy Ray wasn't thinking, and Percy Ray misses. It is now Jubilee's turn.
Okay.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I think the devil goes before me.
Oh, you're right. The devil goes. So the devil, he is going to make things interesting. He's going to try anyway. He mumbles something. I'm going to spend one of my bennies. Oh, there we go. All right, then. He turns invisible. And he goes, and you can hear like all around you. So, he got that with a raise, and I don't have my power card out for invisibility, but I believe that means -4 to hit him, maybe -6. So
Yeah.
let me just see. Oh, here we
He
go.
spends extra power points. I think it goes to 6. But,
Oh no, it's -4 or -6 with a raise.
Oh, 6, yeah.
And the additional, all you've got is additional recipients for invisibility. So
A small platoon of Fey archers and swordsmen might have been handy in this situation.
Yes.
I don't know.
And Trace, I have the powers page summary up on my screen here to help out. So
okay, so yeah, he's there, but it's a -6 to hit him. So Jubilee.
Well, I don't got to see him to taunt him, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to be
here
like,
we go.
wow, Mr. Big Guy disappearing, floating around. I thought you guys weren't supposed to be able to say no to a challenge. Well, we're challenging you. Where are you?
Nice. Roll taunt.
Woo! That's a good 12. Aye. 14 was the next toto.
14.
Oh, delicious.
You got him with a raise. Go ahead and roll 2d6.
Okay, I just lost my D6. 1 second while I go get it.
We're using the creative combat table here.
Awesome.
Now, we may not have that as a setting rule in Holler. I don't know yet, but I'm doing it for this game just because I want to.
All right. Sorry about my clumsiness there. Ugh.
I really feel like creative combat should be core.
A 3.
Uh-oh. So, inspiration. Fate favors the bold. A clever hero receives a Benny. So you get a Benny, Jubilee.
Oh.
And is he distracted or vulnerable?
I think I'm going to make him vulnerable.
It's a tough one, right?
I
No,
think
I think you're right.
I think vulnerable is like he can't not respond to that, and that's giving away his location.
Awesome.
Making it easier for us to hit him.
Okay, next round. You guys haven't had a Joker yet. Percy Ray, Queen of Hearts. Zilla Rude, 7 of Hearts. Annie Pickens, 10 of Spades and Queen of Spades. So you get the 10 of Spades. Jubilee, 10 of Clubs. Old Scratch, 10 of Hearts. So Percy Ray, what do you do?
Well, this time I'm going to wild attack with my lucky horseshoe, and I get so that's a +2 there.
+2 to hit and damage. So the net for you is a -2 at this point because he's vulnerable,
Right.
and you're wild attacking, and he's got a -6 to hit. But you can see like little shimmers, and he's laughing at you.
I guess a 7 minus 2, 5.
A 5 does not quite hit him.
Yep. Just swinging.
Okay, you gonna stick with your 5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, well, yeah, we did.
You need a 6.
Yeah, well, and I was gonna, this is. So, can I spend my ill-gotten Benny to have positioned myself next to him to give him gang up bonus?
Ooh, okay.
I'll spend that.
Because you wanted him to attack you anyway, right? You wanted him to come after you?
Yeah, I was kind of in part drawing fire, but really, yeah, I wanted to create the opening for other people. So
Yeah, go ahead. So that's a hit on the nose, Percy Ray. Roll your damage. His toughness is a 9.
Go, Lucky Horseshoe, go.
This force blowing up. It's 21.
Nice!
21! Okay, so that's 12. That's 3 wounds.
Dang.
Die,
I'm gonna
devil,
spend a
die.
Benny.
Dang.
I'm telling you, Percy's my hero.
Did you get your +2?
It's a
for
lucky
wild
horseshoe,
attack?
y'all.
Oh, did you get your +2 damage? Oh,
No,
it
I
doesn't
didn't
matter.
have that.
Still 3 wounds, right? So he's gonna roll his vigor to soak. I spent one of my GM bennies. I got 2 left, just so you guys know. And he's got a D10 vigor. Oh boy! So he rolled a 17. He soaked both wounds.
Wow.
But
all
you're
3
picking down the
wounds.
bennies here.
He's a tough son of a gun.
He is, and he laughs at you. And he says, that little girl, she's going to suffer. She has suffered
Oh, you son of a
already.
I do not like this guy. I do not like him at all. He is being mean to my kids.
Annie Pickens, 10 of spades. It's your turn.
All right, so I got PowerPoints left. So I think I would like to blind him.
All right, then.
All right. So
Roll some
I'm
folk magic.
taking my 10. And I got it. How much am I negative and stuff?
Your net -4.
All right. Net -4.
Why is she -4?
Because she's got to hit him, so the -6
Yeah, she's gotta
applies.
hit him. Yep.
But the
-4.
vulnerable +2 does knock that down.
Yep.
All right. So I -4. I got a 5.
5.
Nice.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me look at blind.
I mean, I got one more Benny. so I can do it again if I need to. but
Well, now
Okay.
Benny could buy you 5 power points, which you might need.
I
That's
need
true.
those 5 because I am down to 1, I think. So
You don't have to spend it yet. You can spend it when you need them.
all right.
But
Blind
he's-
inflicts a -2.
Blind inflicts a -2 automatically. He gets to shake it off. Try to shake it off next when he goes.
Shake it off. Shake it off.
But he is at -2 now,
Ah.
and we're trying to keep track of all this. He's at
It's like
-4
negative
because of
300
arcane,
at this point.
-2 because of blind, and vulnerable right now. Although he is going to go right now, so that vulnerable goes away.
-6.
10 of hearts. All right.
I said -6 and held up 5 fingers.
Yes, you did.
We know where the other finger is.
All right. So he is.
I'm holding it up for you, Daryl.
On your other hand
That's right.
that we can't see.
He
Don't
doesn't
get me
get
on sign
bonuses for
language.
being invisible to hit you guys, does he?
I don't
No, he
think
does
so.
No,
I don't think so either.
he doesn't.
Mm-mm.
Not unless he's like,
No, because we're expecting an attack,
yeah,
so we're not.
unless he's hiding somewhere or something. Okay,
Exactly.
so he's gonna try. He's gonna go after Jubilee because Jubilee
Bring it
pissed him
on!
off. He
That's
said,
right!
You dare
Oh, you-
challenge me,
Oh,
little
I
man with a
dare.
broken banjo?
Oh, I dare.
Okay. And he's going to try to... Who's around? Percy Ray, you tried to hit him melee, right?
Oh yeah, I'm up in there. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to say that both of you are going to be in this area. And he's going to roll his spell casting, which is really good, but he's got a -6 right now. Because he's... Oh, no, he gets to... At the end of his turn? End of his following turns. Okay, so -6. That is not a success. So he, pulls forth like this shimmery sort of invisible guy. He's got sort of a hat on, not as cool as Jubilee's, like a different kind of hat, right? But it's there, and you see a burst of some kind of infernal, horrific magic just shoot from sort of like 4 or 5 feet in the air toward you, and he actually misses. But it's a cone of destruction. So it like burns and deadens like the plants that are around and that kind of stuff. So you can see the effect of that. And but he does miss. And that's that. And then he gets to try to roll and shake off his blind, which he takes a vigor roll, which is a d10. So there we go. Okay, so he's no longer blind, so he shakes that off,
Bastard.
but he did miss you. And it is now Jubilee's turn.
Yeah, I think I'm going to just keep laying on the taunt where I'm like, what are you doing, man? Like you're shooting around. Is that supposed to impress us? Because that's not doing it. This is supposed to be a challenge. Let's dance. Let's sing. Let's something. I'm shooting
Nice.
sparks out at nothing. What are you doing over there?
Roll
Oh
some
my
taunt.
God. Dice were good to me. That's an 8. I'll take that.
Okay, and he's going to roll some smarts, which he is not, he's pretty good at. but
Pretty
he's
good,
not as
should be.
good as... Okay, so he got a 9, so he
You got me.
gotcha.
Yeah. But I'm like, what are you doing over there, man? Come on. This is a challenge, not a whatever it is you're doing.
Okay, Percy Ray, 10 of diamonds. Zilla Rude, 4 of diamonds. Man, where are your jokers? Zilla, 5. I'm sorry, Annie, 5 of spades.
Zilla never got to go. Zilla
Oh.
had a 7 and didn't get to go.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So Zilla is gonna take another. I'm assuming a holdout pistol. Trace has 2 bullets. Is that correct?
Yes, 2 bullets.
Okay. So she's gonna fire her last smiting bullet here. So she's at net -4 at the moment, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. I got to ace to hit. Well, that's good. Nice to tell the universe what you need. Nope. I'm going to spend a Benny.
Ooh.
Don't want to waste the smite bullet here. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's 11 minus 4 is a 5. No, a 6. So I'm going to hit him. So 2d4 plus 2 again. Come on. All
11 minus
one of
4 is
them.
a 7, right?
So 5.
Yeah, it's a 7, but it's not a raise.
It's the same. Okay.
Yeah.
10 plus 2 is 12.
12 damage. That's enough to shake him.
All right, I got Benny, so I'm going to Benny this this damage roll.
Okay.
This is my last 2 Bennies. No, wait. I got 1 Benny left after this, I believe. Oh, double ace. See, that's why you do this stuff. 8. Hold on. 15. Wait, only should have rolled one of those. Sorry. 15, 17. That's 19 damage.
Okay, 19 damage. That's 2 wounds. He's going to take it.
Whoa.
Alrighty then.
All right, so you hit him with your holdout pistol. Like and you know this shimmering like form that you hit, you see blood start to trickle out.
Nice.
And
is that going to give us a better chance of hitting him, or is the blood just going to hit the ground and stop?
I'll give you a little bonus. So
Okay.
right now, Percy Ray, 10 of diamonds. Zilla, 4 of diamonds. Annie, 5 of spades and ace of hearts.
5 of spades it is.
Jubilee, 7 of spades. Old Scratch, 6 of clubs. So,
Go ahead and
Percy
give me a new
Ray.
card.
Oh, you want a new card?
Benny, yeah. See if we can do better.
Joker.
Oh!
Nice.
Nice!
I'm about to kill this man.
Decision
I'm gonna kill
ever.
this
All right. You were due.
Yeah, I was.
due.
We were getting there. So I'm like, I got some bennies.
Yep.
Let's do this, right?
Okay, so Jubilee, what do you want to do if you want to do anything yet?
Yeah, so I do have a backup instrument, and I'm pulling out my mouth harp. And
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, you old devil. You old scratch, you're about to get scratched like an itch. Dance. You dance, devil, dance. You know, and I'm going to play that like a test. And I'm going to start dancing, and I'm hoping he can't help it. He's got to dance too.
Okay,
Just
awesome.
Compulsion is what I'm going for.
Roll it. So you're doing performance, I take it.
Yeah, performance as a test is my objective. After 7, I'm going to spend my... Oh, I'm sorry, it's a 9 because of the Joker. I'm going to spend my ill-gotten Benny. Now I'm spending another ill-gotten Benny. Still 9. I got a ton, so... 9's the best I got.
9 is the best you got. All right, you got him with a raise.
Lovely.
Roll 2d6.
2, 4.
4 is double whammy. He's both distracted and vulnerable.
Good. Takes the decision away from me. Love it.
Awesome.
And everybody
Ray.
got a Benny because of the Joker.
Yes, everybody gets Benny because of the Joker. So 10 of diamonds, Percy Ray.
I'm going to wild attack again. And I got my gang up bonus with Jubilee there. So that's
Right.
a +3. And he's vulnerable if I ain't mistaken.
Because he's dancing.
Right? So +5. What's my net roll? So that's
So
5
plus
bonus.
5 because wild attack, gang up, and is
Plus
that
3.
it?
Yeah,
Distracted.
that
Plus
should be
3.
it.
Plus 3. And then he's at a -6. So he's vulnerable though. So no, he's vulnerable. That's the why the
Yeah,
plus
vulnerable.
Mhm.
Right.
So -6 plus 5, -1 net.
Alrighty. I'm going to come in with my lucky horseshoe again. I'm going to say a scratch for a scratch. 'Tis but a scratch, you son of a cuss. I'm going to re-roll that.
And you should be net +1 the way I figure it.
Okay. So does a 5 hit his parry?
No.
Needs a 6.
You need 6.
6. All right, let me go again. Last Benny. That might do it. 11.
Nice.
Okay.
That's
Roll
the
your damage.
raise.
Alrighty.
Best horseshoe ever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
14.
14. Okay, that's
The wild
one,
attack. Yep.
That's one wound. He takes it.
So that's 3 wounds he has, right?
3 wounds total. You're breaking him down. So that is Annie Pickens' turn.
What happened to Annie? Get your gun.
I don't need a gun. I got bones. I will do the 5 points.
5 power points,
Is that just automatic?
Yep. Just
Mhm.
happens.
Okay. So that gives me 6 total.
You have a plan with those 6 power points?
How long does the arcane protection last?
5 rounds.
For another like 3 rounds.
Yeah,
so
we
okay,
got
we got a
another
while
2
on
or
that.
3 rounds to go.
So who can I boost or lower something that would benefit the team?
Well, Zilla's about to go.
Zilla's up.
Right, so Zilla, I will boost
And
your.
while he's vulnerable
What you
and all
say?
that stuff, now's the time.
Boost my fighting, please.
You got it. Whew. I got it with. I got 5.
So 1 die type.
Okay, that's good.
All right, Zilla. Do something
right.
spectacular.
So,
Wild attack time.
oh yeah. So Zilla is pulling out the good book and wild attacking him with her very own good book. Running in there, she's got the -6 to hit him. You said I had a bonus because I made him bleed.
Oh,
What's the
yeah.
bonus?
Yeah, I'll give you a +1. So.
All right. So -6 + 1 is a -5. Wild attack brings me to -3. I've got these 2 gents here, so that brings me to -1.
Plus he's vulnerable.
He's
so
vulnerable.
+1.
+1.
All right, so it brings me to +1. All right, here we go. Yeah. Holy. I'm going to say I got erased.
Holy indeed.
Hold on. I just lost another die. All right, that's a 21 to hit.
All right.
I'm going to call that a raise.
Roll your
You did
damage.
2
with a
damage.
raise,
Dang it.
+2 for a wild attack.
Uh-huh. And it's
And
not
everybody in the
wonderful, but
Everybody in
Go
the
ahead.
holler has improvised fighter, so that's part the baseline setting. Everybody's got it because they're used to doing this. And so when Zilla uses her good book, she uses it without a penalty.
that ends up being 14 damage
Wow.
with
14
with the good book.
With the good book. All right. That takes him out. You have
And I
defeated-
say, and in the name of Jesus, go back to hell.
And when you do that, his invisibility cloak disappears, goes away, and he, you smack him on the side of the head or whatever with your good book, and he's flat out on the ground, and then he's sort of almost immediately, you get a glimpse of him, this old man, with this scraggly kind of white beard, and he had a hat on, but he sort of almost instantly sort of decomposes before your eyes.
That's permanent, right?
And then you hear from a ways away, there's a moment of silence, right? Unless you guys cheer or something.
No.
There's this moment of silence that happens between that. And to break that silence, from a distance, a little ways away, you hear, Sally? Sally? Where are you, Sally? And this coherent sounding woman, that you recognize as Celia, that's what you hear. And you see her coming back from behind a shack or something where there's some good red mud, and she's looking all dirty and all that stuff, but she's looking bright-eyed, and she's actively looking for her daughter.
I'm going to go get Jacob and bring him outside.
Okay. He looks different, and the guy who was looking after him, he's like, he just changed, man. Is this some kind of trying to trick, or he just changed right before my eyes?
This was a trick. That's the whole point. But we took care of Old Scratch, and with the power of the Lord, we struck him down. And And we're gonna go ahead and take him out to the voices outside.
Yeah. And it basically just turns into this Celia finding Sally and Sally recognizing her as her mom and fully in there. And Sally just looks and just, Mom? And she starts to cry and they both sort of embrace. And her mom, Celia, is just like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. She's like, I know it's not your fault, Mom. I know. And then Jacob comes out, and there's this moment of awkwardness. Like, Celia's looking at him, and at first she's angry.
And with the look on her face, to break it up, I see the look on her face, and I look right at Sally, and I say, Sally, this is Jacob. He's your daddy. And this is the surprise we had for you. Jacob, that's Sally. That sweet girl over there is yours. Now go talk to your family and work things out.
Yeah, so it doesn't happen right away.
Sure.
But there's that look between them, and there's this look of recognition in Celia's eyes that she recognizes that the taint, whatever it was that she saw before, isn't there. And so you feel like there's hope here with them. And Sally certainly feels it. And sort of Polly comes up behind you, Percy Ray, and what does she do? She's gonna prank you, but I'm trying to think of what she might do. Do you have an idea?
No, I ain't got no idea how she's gonna prank me, but I'm gonna try to convince her to stay and be Sally Ruth's pet, because she's got like a perfect nuclear family now. She just needs a little pet pixie to complete the picture. And I'll make a deal with it. I'll tell her I give my, I don't know, service to the Fae or something, like, I don't know. I'll tell her I owe her something.
Okay, well,
we learned nothing.
I thought of the prank. As you're watching this scene, she takes advantage of this emotional, tearful moment as Percy is watching and going on, and she sort of plucks your lucky horseshoe out of your hand, and then she brings it and dangles it above your head and just drops it on top of your head.
Oh,
and then she's
it's covered in...
and then she's,
It does like 20 damage.
flitting around.
Oh my
I
God.
got it. It's covered in old scratch blood. Not on my head. This bloody horseshoe.
Exactly.
Okay.
20
Well,
damage.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether you can stay mad at her because she's so gleeful. She's so
I'm just
ecstatic that she's trying to lighten the mood. She's trying. Whether she's succeeding or not, I don't know. Probably not with Jubilee, but
Oh, I'll give you lessons on holding a grudge against the Fae. It can be done.
Over time, let's do a little epilogue. Over time, the Fae take Smoke Puff back. They feel like they have to. There is no choice. But they recognize that Smoke Puff is special, and Polly herself actually promises that she will try to convince the Fae Queen to take care of Smoke Puff and not just let him blink out of existence. That's the normal fate of a scrummy. They eat so much blight that they puff out of existence, and they take all the blight they ate with them. That's how the Faefall keeps blight away, is they have a whole army of these things. But Polly makes a promise to try to take care, to you and to Sally, to try to take care of Smoke Puff. But he's got to go back. That said, the blight returns to Hollow Oak. There is no stopping it. There's nothing to do about it. But because of this sort of, and it takes a little time, this sort of healing moment with this family, it extends to a healing moment in the town. Whereas it becomes obvious to the town that they were taken for a ride, not by Jacob, but by something evil. And that sense of camaraderie that you guys felt during the Hollering especially, it lingers. It lingers in the town of Hollow Oak. It makes it a special place. So even when people start leaving, and you can offer the idea that, join the resistance, like we're going to be doing something special here. You can offer that option to them.
That and vice versa. You're going to want friends because them big boys,
are
they're
coming.
coming.
They're coming. Yep. And yeah, it's easy to recruit. This town is ripe for recruitment now that the blight returns, and they know that the big boys are coming. They know they're going to have to give up their livelihoods unless they do something. They'd rather do something than go work for the big boys.
That's good.
So it's sort of bittersweet in that the town of Hollow Oak is not what it was. But on a personal level, over time, Sally and Celia and Jacob become a family again. Wherever they go. And probably they don't stay there. They probably go where the resistance is sort of gathering, where you're finding places to say, okay, so if you don't have a place to go, come here. So what happens to you all? Just little epilogues. Percy Ray, what happens to you after this? Anything that special that you want to do over the next weeks, months, or whatever?
Well, it's over the next few days. I'm probably going to find like some traveling peddlers along the road. They push the carts and they have all sorts of junk in them, and they're kind of snake oil salesmen sometimes, and they give people some bad deals, and so I'm going to just steal some stuff from one of them and sell them to another, and like keep trading up until I can get Jubilee a new banjo.
Aww.
That's all I'm doing. Yeah, just thievery to
for a good
payback
for a good cause.
For a good reason.
You're going to
For a
rob
good reason.
Peter to pay Jubilee.
That's
Exactly.
right.
Jubilee, what happens to you over this? What happens?
Well, so like one thing he does that goes back to where we had the ritual and we had that letter as part of our thing for summoning it.
Yes.
He's just going to strike a match and burn that letter. And just be
Nice.
like, people never learn. And that's going to go up. He's going to go back to our ill-gotten loot that we buried.
Yes.
And take enough out for a banjo, but the rest of it give back to the town.
Okay, but before you do that, well, first of all, I'm going to give you a chance. So when you go to get your loot and it's buried, you find a little note, and it says, "You little thief." But go ahead and roll notice.
I will roll my notice because woo, 14.
Okay, you actually find a freshly sort of dug spot, like not 10 feet away, that is not super well hidden, but your loot is there. And then there's a note that says, "Turns out I'm a thief too." And then it's signed Polly.
No way. Yeah.
Say it isn't so.
I that grumble. I take the script out for a banjo, and I'm like, "Hey everyone, look what we found! Old Scratch left it behind."
Stupid Faye. And then the Sylvans are there, but they take the Scrummies back. But they were disrupted enough to not be able to help you with Old Scratch.
Just like Faye not being very helpful.
Yes. Zilla,
Remember that, everyone.
What happens to you after this, Zilla?
Zilla offers to stay on and preach at the church so it doesn't get taken over by the company until they get their the real preacher that was here before was probably a company preacher, huh?
No.
Okay, so Zilla is gonna offer to stay on and preach. I figured she's got some notoriety in town now. And she's going to do that in exchange for a couple of the townspeople going out and finding that other preacher and bringing him back.
Fantastic.
And she'll stay on until they return him.
Yeah, and they do. And it just turns out, like that old preacher that they ended up sort of
discarding,
shuffling away in favor of somebody who could get rid of the blight. That's the one who really sort of brought this community together in the first place.
Perfect.
He sort of modified Hollerin to be what it is. He encouraged that kind of practice. So, it's a good thing. And everybody sort of welcomes him back with open arms.
Nice.
In as much as Hollow Oak sort of continues to exist. And it does for now, but eventually it won't.
Right.
Annie, what happens to you after this?
So I stay around for a while and engage the kids because tell them stories to try to give them as much knowledge as I can to help them fight it for as long as possible, and maybe inspire them to move along to the rebellion when they grow up. Get the good.
Weaponizing these young minds.
Well, I've been around a while. You gotta weaponize as you go.
Awesome.
Weaponize for the good side. So that's my plan.
Well, thank you all for this was the Savior of Hollow Oak. Thank you all for participating and playing in this game and bringing your amazing talents and role-playing abilities to this game. I couldn't have done it without you. Thanks to everybody else for watching this and for being patient with us. And I really dearly hope you enjoyed it. We worked very hard to bring it to you, and I hope you'll give it a look. Give a look to Holler when it finally does come to Kickstarter. We don't know when yet, but it will be coming at some point. And thank you so much, everybody, for you guys and everybody else. Thank you.
Thanks for the game. Super fun.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Great story. I can't wait to see it in print.
Awesome setting, Tim. Good job.
Thank you.
And thanks to Chelsea and Chris, our inimitable streaming team.